Oh wait, they can't see us yet?
They can't see us yet. We're slightly later than usual because Roll20 is being a butt, so we had to get things sorted out.
I posed and everything.
Well,
That
you
was Logan
posed for
you.
us.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Alright, let's see. How's everyone doing?
So ready for this.
Are you though?
Yeah, I mean we're just born to die, right? It's fine.
I don't like that mentality. I'm going
I'm
to.
proud of you, Lindsay.
Not everybody to-do lists.
Aw, thanks, champ.
I
That
prefer
was beautiful.
life.
Okay,
Oh,
should I go
geez.
ahead and
Right,
drop
I'm
the
proud of
splash? Or
Yeah, go ahead and drop the splash. Let's go ahead and do this.
Oh shoot, my nail's broken.
this splash is
On
down.
top of the screen.
Really? Are you even though?
What?
What? Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense, I guess. All right, this
Is
needs
that
to.
good? Is that bad?
That's not good.
Okay,
I'm just making some.
I got the email saying we went live, but neither of my computers
Me
have
too.
shown it go live yet.
It's live with me.
Okay, I'll
It's
just
not
try
live yet.
refreshing.
I'm refreshing.
Yep.
Yeah, I got it. I
Okay.
refreshed. I'm here.
Dang, session 24.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting a bit long on the tooth.
A little bit.
Come on, don't
We have
break.
to think of session names as we go.
Oh yeah.
When they all died.
All right,
Hey.
half step.
The last session.
It's Memento Mori. We gotta make it a fancy name. We're all
Yeah.
It could be like when the favorite one dies.
No.
But we all die, so who's the favorite?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
if we all
It
died, the
was-
favorite one died.
That's true. But who
It's
is the
true.
favorite one?
Oh.
No.
Okay. Welcome, everyone, to Valendor. Geez. Okay, so we have a lot going on right now. So this will either be a really, really long session or a really short session. So do we have any announcements or anything beforehand? I know we just finished up the giveaway.
We did indeed. So giveaway's over. We have our 6 winners. They were announced on our Twitter at YouPickGaming. So I
believe
guess
we have a winner in chat right now.
do we?
Oh,
No, we
talk
don't.
about Twitch chat.
Was earlier. No, yeah, he's still there. He's still there.
When is Saber not here?
Is it Saber? Saber's gonna be playing in a one-shot with us eventually, once we figure out, probably after the holidays.
Yes.
And besides that, does anyone have anything else?
I would like to announce that I enjoyed this campaign.
Oh, stop!
Already using the past tense?
Stab it.
I'm trying to emotionally prepare, so there are
I
fewer
would
tears
also.
if it happens.
I would also like to announce that in the event that bad things happen, I do have another campaign world in the work, so it's okay. It's fine.
Thanks.
Not
That
mine, though.
doesn't make me feel any better. I literally have a very full box of tissue just ready. Ready.
Me too, man. Twin.
Yes.
And I'm already drinking whiskey, so we're fine. We're all
Hey.
good.
We're all so prepared.
Cheers.
Mm.
Alcohol, depending on how things go
I'm sure Champ's
in
gonna go grab her
this
wine.
encounter. Yeah, either wine or whiskey.
Okay.
She's out.
Porque no los
So-
dos.
It's been
Whiskey wine.
yeah, it's been a while since we've gone over our sheets as a group, but I just want to double check with everyone that your guys' HP is up to snuff, that you've input your spells, that you remember how all of your magic items work before we get into this, and yeah. Okay, so
Make sure your attacks are doing the correct pluses and everything.
Yeah, that would be
Look at
really
you, Liz.
sad if we went like 12 sessions.
A lot of sessions.
That'd be really sad.
Yeah.
Yep.
And,
Well-
you know, not using extra attacks.
Yeah, that'd be tragic.
That'd be really devastating.
all right. So to recap last session, I know we had a couple people that were in and out. At least one person.
I was
Well,
like, ow, ow.
Okay.
Ew,
Does anyone want to recap?
Never.
I mean,
I probably did rewatch the most recently. Ish.
Maybe.
I mean, I have a ton of.
Can we
notes
have
on
a
this one.
saber? Can we have saber refresh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Saber needs the refresh.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about you, Saber. So who wants to go? I know Alex does it almost every time. So
Yeah,
if
he
we
really
could
does.
get
For like
someone
every
else-
campaign.
I can do it.
Okay.
So right now the Half Steps party is in the Feywild, a plane that we've escaped to in order to prevent a town of Green Hill from changing into werewolves at the full moon, and this is a way for us to buy time. While in the Feywild, we've searched for a cure, and our search has led us ultimately to do a thing for a Fey dude. So we're working for in doing things that are outside of our knowledge. We don't know what we're doing. We don't know what's going on. We don't know all the relationships that are at play. But we don't really have a whole lot of options right now. So we've gone out on this mission to take out this tree that is growing out in the Feywild that is turning the land, bringing a blight over the land. And we try sneaking up upon it, and it apparently is unsnuck-upable. So we've found ourselves in a situation where this thing is pissed and ready to fight us. And it's been made... So not only are our lives on the line, but there's about a few hundred Green Hillians that are currently, like, for lack of a better, they're just waiting. If we don't come back, they're basically dead right now.
They're currently statues, but yeah.
They're currently statues, and which is death.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. That's like really, I don't know how detailed we all wanted to get, but that's like the basic thing. Like, we've got a lot riding on this battle.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so after traveling to the Palace of Fault, as it was discovered by the party to be called, temporarily giving the party insanity, bitterness, and sleep. They met with Lord Sutek, who is the archfey of trickery and lies, essentially.
Great.
They were entertained, and a few members partook of the foodage, yes?
Yes.
And I believe that was Kaylee and Skyla both ate the food. You fed Yave?
Oh, there at the yes, at the palace. Yes.
At the palace. Okay,
I was
so
thinking of the fairy. Sorry.
so Kaylee, while you don't get the same benefits that Skyla had from the well water from the Bloom Well, you do get to roll 2d10. And add that to your hit point maximum. So 4.
Yes!
And you are also immune to being frightened, and you make all wisdom saving throws with advantage. Skyla, the same with you. Or sorry, immune to poison, frighten, and all wisdom saving throws with advantage. You're both under the effects of Hero's Feast. Skyla, if you want, you can re-roll for your temporary hit points, which is 2d10, but it will replace the one that you rolled for before. So you can choose if you want to keep what you have or try and go bigger.
Wait, so it was poison, frighten, and...
All wisdom saving throws have advantage.
Okay. I'm gonna roll for it.
Okay.
Let's get a little crazy. Yes!
That works.
I had 9, now I have 13.
Alright. Hey, Goomba, how's it going? They were your space and things happen. Hey, Noof, how's it going? Hey, Smile Dog. As you guys approached this kind of burrow, this impression into the earth, overlooking where this creepy-looking, twisted aberration of a tree is in front of you. It has these pulsating, like, pods on some of its branches. It has spiked tendrils that are growing out of it, and a large hollow in the middle of its face, in the middle of the trunk in front of it. Kaylee, casting greater invisibility on herself, attempted to sneak around behind to investigate a suspicious-looking wagon or cart of some sort that was overgrown, lying at the back of the burrow. Upon approaching it, a voice rang out, indicating that it could see her and knows where she is. Hearing this, the rest of the party rushed in, and as the party rushed in, the hollow on the front of the tree shrunk down into a creased, sunken in what appears to be eye socket with nothing inside of it, and the bark split open, revealing a large kind of toothy mouth on the front of it. Who was rushing in, and in what order? And prior to this, I'm trying to do this because I know we rushed it, and you guys had said that you wanted to do certain things before we, like, approached this. So you guys were walking through the woods for quite some time. Mm-hmm. You came upon the burrow and saw the tree there before any of you approached it. There were things that you said that you wanted to do before you approached this, and we kind of stepped and rushed through that. I know specifically Silver said that she wanted to cast certain buffs or something.
Yeah. I forgot what I said last time now. But I do have all of the buffs, so that can't hurt.
I mean, okay, so what I'll let you, I'm assuming certain things. I'm assuming that Nessa summoned her pack weapon as soon as you guys entered the like creepy forest.
I was gonna say.
Alaric, are you turning? It's kind of dim. It's not exactly like pitch black or anything, but it is overgrown in kind of a darker portion of the Feywild that you've seen so far. Are you casting light? Are you doing anything like that?
Moving forward, once I hear Kaylee kind of... did we hear the voice, or did we hear Kaylee call out? I can't remember.
You heard both of them.
Okay.
You heard an interaction between the two of them.
I would have one of my auras, which gives me an aura of light for 10 bright, 20 dim.
Okay. Is that the light, or is that one of your regular auras?
It's an additional effect of my 7th level aura.
Okay. All right. Corin, anything that you were going to do before you approached?
No, nothing specific. I've just been at the head of the group trying to help forge a path through the underbrush.
All right. Skyla, anything in particular?
No.
Okay. So, is there a buff that you wanted to apply, Silver?
Yeah, just to make sure I'm understanding this correctly. We're gonna be taking some sort of action within the next minute, right, guys? Something like that?
Yeah. Yeah, so essentially, and I'm only doing this because we kind of pushed through it because we were like at the end of the last session. So
yeah, sorry, my mind's like just all over the place too, which probably
it's okay. It's all right. So at the end of the last session, you guys ran in. Basically, I was trying to just get to that point so we could end it. But you had specifically said, all of you had specifically said there were things you wanted to do before that. So as you were planning with Kaylee about her casting invisibility and sneaking around, as she was sneaking around, you guys were preparing. Is there something you wanted to do as a group with the rest of the party there?
I literally, right before Alaric, Nessa, and Skyla take a step, I'm going to cast Bless on them.
Okay.
It's a minute,
right.
so like whatever that duration is concerned, like it's
yeah.
So.
Yeah. So as
hold
you
that.
hear the interaction between Kaylee and this like deep voice ringing out from nowhere, you cast Bless on Nessa, Alaric, and Skyla.
Wait a minute. If this thing's not... Hold on. I'm looking up a spell real quick to see if it's concentration, because if it's not, I would absolutely have cast this on Silver. It's protection from evil and good. It doesn't say concentration in this sheet, but I know the sheets have changed a lot.
I'm looking it up in the book. Hang on.
Um,
I got it in front
yeah,
of me.
it's concentration.
Well, I do it anyway. I'll do it anyway. I'll cast it on her.
Thanks.
And Bless is 1d4, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just go ahead and throw that in there. It lasts for 10 minutes, I think. And concentrate if I can hold my concentration that long.
Okay.
Cool, thanks,
All of
man.
that takes place. Kaylee, you essentially cast invisibility and move forward. Nessa, is there anything, or just summoning your thingamajigger, your magic glaive?
Well, yeah, that was a long time ago. Like,
Yeah.
but as soon as it seemed hostile and like Kaylee was in danger, I would like to. But rather, as soon as we're all rushing in, like as initiative is beginning, let's say, I would cast Armor of the Pyre on myself.
Okay, so, well, as, basically we're going to come in as you're rushing in, so this
Okay.
is beforehand. Skyla, anything? Nothing you said?
Nope.
Okay, so what's the order that you guys are rushing in as soon as you hear Kaylee have this
wait.
interaction? Okay.
I mean, I know we're in immediate danger.
You're rushing up to confront this thing.
Okay, then I'm going to call upon Fox as well.
Okay, so, alright, so Fox is going to be running next to you? Okay.
I feel
what's
like
the-
Head, I'm not moving.
I feel like Skyla would be able to move forward faster than Alaric for sure. I don't know about the rest of you, but
Skylar's
Alaric
not
would want to be in
forward,
front, but
though.
I don't think that Alaric could necessarily keep up as well as her. But so,
Skylar's not going to rush though because she's ranged.
oh, you're taking your time.
Nessa
I
will
mean-
rush.
I'm gonna make sure I can see you guys and keep pace, but I'm not going up to it.
Okay.
Mhm.
My goal is to
Well-
keep myself between it and my allies, so I'm rushing ahead.
Okay,
So,
so
yeah.
Alaric and
Nessa
Nessa
and I
at
are
the
like
front.
holding hands.
That makes it
All
hard
right.
to use my glaive.
Human bros.
Sorry.
Corin, where are you at?
I'm back near Skyla and Silver, getting ready to cast.
Okay. Skyla and Silver in the back.
Yes.
Okay. Alright, so you guys hear this voice. You rush forward, ready to go. You see this this face kind of emerge out of this tree and kind of greet you with this deep, low, rumbling voice. As you do so, out of the corner of your eye, Corin and Silver, you notice that Skyla switches from her long, flowing, elegant dress to what looks like more just battle-ready armor. Skyla, looking down the flowing dress and gown that you normally wear without maybe even seeming to notice it, has seemingly kind of blended back into just regular leather-looking armor. Alaric, as you're rushing up, bright, dim, kind of a shining beacon of light and championship, as the face turns and cringes down and looks down at you, you notice that it gets darker around you, and suddenly the light that you were emitting is snuffed out. Nessa, as you're rushing up, the kind of hum of your weapon that's always there, that just like low pulsing energy of like positiveness and light that emanates from it, suddenly silences. Now you're holding just a cold metal blade. And with that, we're gonna roll initiative.
Great.
So
Oh,
that's
yeah.
bad.
Sure.
So one last thing. One last thing, just so you guys are all aware, because this is something that I've written up and the way that some of these are written, I'm gonna actually be rolling these behind the screen just because there's stuff in there that isn't really conducive to being, you know.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. Does the Sentinel Shield give me advantage on initiative?
Girl, really?
Really? I'm not exactly sure. You should have a card for it.
Yeah. Also, why?
1 and 20. 1 and 20.
Also,
Nyessa, you're gonna. Oh wait, actually, we'll wait. Hold on.
yes, advantage on initiative. So my initiative should be 16. It was also the
good.
first roll, so I don't. What happened there?
Okay.
Why 16 was the first roll, but it entered as 7?
Yeah, that happened to me too. It gave me the advantage
Yeah.
rather than.
That's very strange.
I was assuming it's because the computer was like, 0 is not a real number. You can have
Whatever.
Yeah,
I
mine
switched
gave
mine to
me.
3.
All right. So,
0. Yeah.
Corin, where are you at?
Wait, do we have
Orange.
advantage? We don't
No,
have
no, no.
advantage.
I do because of the shield.
So,
Oh, I
Corin,
don't.
normally feeling your senses kind of heightened and aware of the surroundings around you, suddenly you feel a little bit more closed off from the world around you, and you do not feel as alert and mobile as you normally do, and you do not get advantage.
Great. Also, guys, we should close in just because we're all so far away and it's hard to get a good shot of the battle map.
Oh, mine says 22 first also, but it's 17 came up.
Okay, so type in 22 for you. Corin, you get... Am I getting robot-y or is
Yep.
that...
Yeah. Also, Skylar, did you roll in TTMS? Because I don't see.
I did.
Alright, I mean, the turn order found it, no problem. But
Yeah, which is weird, but
So Corin, you don't have advantage, but you do get the 16, so you can type
Okay.
that in. Since that was the bigger one, it was first anyways.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, it's fine.
the initiative is obviously borked a little bit.
yeah.
Yeah, for some reason it doesn't like advantage on these sheets.
Yep.
Oh, you know what it was? It's because technically it rolled 2 times, and if you re-roll for your character, it just picks the last one. So it just went send to tracker, and then send to tracker again, and it overrode it.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay.
That's silly.
Crap. I would use my ambuscade on someone, but both lower numbers, it wouldn't bump you above the creature. So, I don't know what to do.
Can't you just take a turn instead? with
Well,
the-
I take a turn, but I can also bump
Right.
someone up 4. But
Alright.
it wouldn't help Nessa or Alaric.
So,
So
does
does-
0 initiative mean I just sit down and don't do anything?
You go tomorrow.
I'm
just
like,
go
well,
last.
Like, I don't feel like you.
start eating. You guys got this.
So,
Oh,
what are you
and
using
one
for
more
bless? Is that the wings or the one below it?
Oh, I did the wings for Bless.
Okay. I want to standardize this so I can tell.
The one beneath is my life.
I cannot find the wings. There they are.
And so you said as you were rushing forward, you were casting Fox?
Yes.
Okay. Where? Or you can move him, actually.
Okay. He'd probably be going up with, yes,
Wait, you
an
can
hour.
cast it anywhere?
Up to a certain range. Doesn't say on here, actually.
I just realized what this thing looked like. It's like the Little Shop of Horrors creature.
Yes!
Feed me, Seymour!
That's not feet.
I've got no other lines in the movie, Seymour.
I don't know, he has a song or two, right?
Yeah, he's got some. He's good, but no one knows him.
I don't know
Okay.
though.
I mean, it's
I've never
Audrey
seen the movie.
too.
All right. So, at that, Skyla, ambuscade. What do you want to do?
Okay. I can not far. Okay. I'm going to just go ahead and attack. What's that? Yes, girl. Starting off strong.
Okay, so that definitely hits. That is 15 points of damage, and
And then the bless, add 1.
to the
Bless is
attack.
just
Well, it's to the
tactical.
attack.
Got it.
Although as you guys were rushing into this, you did feel the courage bestowed upon you by Silver. As the creature turned on you, you felt that courage kind of waver just a little bit. Didn't seem to affect you, but... Alright.
I was gonna say, because if my spells are obsolete, I'll just turn around and, like, leave. That's cool.
Yeah. See ya.
Peace, guys. That's all I can do for you. Bye.
Okay, so that's the ambuscade. Skylar, what do you want to do on your turn, since you get to go first?
Oh, okay. First of all, these things over here, are those just like vines sticking up, or are they actual trees?
That's just where you see some roots kind of grow out of the ground. It doesn't look like it would hinder you in any way, shape, or form. Almost like the person that drew the map just really wanted it to look a little bit more broken up than the same green pattern all over the place.
I meant more for like hiding mechanics.
No, these here, these big blobs of creepy-looking overgrown things are trees.
Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and scooch there. No, I like where it was. And I'm going to...
You wanna get behind this tree here? Is what you're trying to do?
Like, kinda?
Yeah, if you want to get behind it, like, you can move here, and we'll just say you're behind it.
I can't because it's too far.
Oh. I thought you could move... Alright.
30 feet.
Oh,
That was
alright.
30 feet.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
And I'm gonna shoot twice.
You're muted.
Skype has that weird thing where I have to double-click mute. So as you rush off to the side and you turn to shoot, your gown almost seemingly reappears out from your armor.
Oh, great. Alright. 1, 2. Girl! That was on fire.
Okay, so not with advantage, correct?
No.
Okay, so 10 and 5, so another 15 for Skylar. So as you're rushing to the side, you let off the first one, and then before anyone has time to act, you rush off and fire off 2 more shots. As you do so, plunking these into the side of this seemingly just like enormous 40-foot tall, huge tree that's in front of you, you do see this thick, dark, reddish sap start to pool out of the spots where your arrows bite in very, very deeply.
Yeah. Okay.
And then?
And then I would like to hide as a bonus.
Okay. So where you're at right now, the trunk is more like... Trying to do this here. Draw shape. The trunk is like here.
Yeah.
So all of these...
Are there any branches that are low enough that I can just kind of like...
You can hide. I would say it's with disadvantage.
Okay, that's fine. Nope. Alright, so then... Fox is gonna run up.
Does he have 40 feet of movement?
Yes, he
Bork,
does.
bork, bork, bork.
Jeez.
Bork. And he has multi-attack. Alright, so he gonna bite and claw.
Bite, and claw.
Muted again. Alright, so as Fox runs up and takes a huge chunk out of one of these lower hanging branches that are kind of twisting and turning on the bottom of this, you see him rip a branch off, and the tree almost kind of like growls in this low guttural voice. As he reaches up to slash with a claw, it seems as almost they rake off the side of the tree.
Okay, and that's it.
Minus 6. Alright. At that, the rest of you hear this kind of low rumbling sound as out from underneath your feet, and that would be, let me double check here. Yep, 50 feet. So, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 45, 50, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It's somewhere in the realm of that area there. You hear this kind of like cracking and groaning sound as these roots burst up out of the ground around you and try and tangle you up and trip you. It makes it very difficult to stand. Some of you almost fall, and these roots are kind of just like overgrown in the path in front of you. Making it difficult terrain in the square that you guys see. That will bring us to Silver.
So, I would like to first discern if this sort of anti-magic effect that it is sort of emitting that you've alluded to, if this is something that is an aura that is just present with this guy, or if it's something that I can dispel. I would like to discern that, if at all possible, perhaps with a roll.
Yeah, go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
Okay, let's do that. Oh, okay, good. One was on the second one. Whew.
Okay, so you're not immediately familiar with anything of this nature. You've not really dealt with anything like this before. You have read and studied up on some things. You do know that some creatures just have natural things that they exude, and you do know that some creatures have things that they kind of like innately cast. You can't really tell which one this may or may not be.
So it's not like he's not obviously like casting something.
He's not obviously casting. It seems like when you guys approached and he basically turned his attention to you and woke up, essentially, that this started to take effect. You felt kind of that closed off feeling. You feel like you're not really hearing your deity as clearly as you normally do. It feels garbled and muttered. The concentration that the spell that you've cast out, you've kind of lost that bit of connection to it. It's there, but you don't feel like you have any control over it at this point in time. Like it's being suppressed, essentially.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna hold on to what I was planning on doing then, and I will not use. I'm gonna move up about there and cast Sacred Flame on him. Boop.
So as you reach your hand out and you call on that divine energy, you see the spark of flame light up in your hand like it's done so many times before, and then it and dissipates. And nothing happens.
Alright, that's my turn.
Okay.
Oh, geez.
I literally can't do jack shit if that's the case, so I mean, cool, that's my turn.
Okay. If you want, I'll give you a perception check.
Sure. I would love to be useful this fight.
I feel that feel.
Sorry. Your attention is intensely focused on the creature. You're not really picking up anything around the surroundings to help your situation out at this current point in time. That will bring us to Corin.
Okay, gonna start by moving 25 feet. Well, actually, so this pseudo, he created a whole bunch of vines and basically difficult terrain there, right? But
yep.
As a land druid, non-magical difficult terrain costs no extra movement. I don't know if these are technically magical plants now.
This is technically magical entities that kind of reach out and pull against you.
Okay, though I do have...
They look like a continuation of the creature itself.
Okay, but I do have advantage on saving throws against plants that are magically created or manipulated to impede movement. I don't know if that counts for anything in me trying to move through them.
What is that from?
From Land Stride.
I'm gonna go ahead and say yes. I'm gonna say that as these vines reach up and begin grabbing at you, you see them kind of entangle and impede your companions, but similar to what you saw when you entered earlier, they seem to almost recoil and like hiss away at your touch. They don't seem to affect you like they affect the others. So I will say, because of your druidic connection to the Feywild, that no, they do not.
Okay, so I will then take my full 25 feet of movement and just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just try and get out of that square. And then I am going to attempt to cast Call Lightning on this sucker, and because it's a 60-foot radius, it basically covers the entire battle map.
Oh, wait, Call Lightning?
Mm-hmm.
So, but you get to pick who it affects, correct?
Yeah, so I get to pick where it strikes, but it creates a 60-foot radius, 10-foot tall cylinder.
Okay.
So,
So this battle map is 60-foot radius, yeah, so it would roughly be right dead center in the middle.
Yep.
We'll just say the center of this. I'm not going to draw that out.
Yeah.
Okay, so concentration. A storm cloud
Basically
appears
something
in the
like
shape. Yeah, that works.
Holy.
So dexterity saving throw.
And I'm gonna strike it down on like his back corner so that it doesn't strike near a fox.
Okay. You guys might not be able to see this because I've turned the sheet off, so let me know. It's to the GM, so it should be good. Wow. Okay. Natural 1. So it is a large tree. So as you rush out to the side, you kind of call upon that druidic power, and as you begin running off, you feel like you're kind of muffled and suppressed, and then you feel this kind of breath of fresh air as the magic of the Feywild enters you again, and you call upon this lightning. A storm cloud forms above the creature, and a loud cracking boom like rips through the silence of the burrow, and you smell what smells like burnt wood and some like singed blood. as that hits.
Yep. So yeah, that is, let's see, that was movement, action, and I think that's it. Let me just double check. I'm pretty sure anything else I can cast other than Healing Word is an action. But yeah, so I believe that's going to be my turn.
Okay.
Yep. Actually, I will go ahead and cast Magic Stone just to have a couple pebbles ready in case I need to start slinging at this fool.
Okay. Sounds good. And for the record, Skyla is a non-magical ranger. Fox is not magic.
Does weapon attacks count as magic? Is like
the weapon attacks count as magical, yes. But the entity itself is a spirit animal. It's not magical. Whereas
Okay.
divine and arcane and
Yeah.
nature magic are different.
Whereas, like, my weapon is, like, literally summoned magically from another plane, I
cool.
guess.
Yeah.
It's like pure magic.
Okay, that will
magic.
go to Kaylee. Your duty's the most.
So, I'm
You're
gonna
up here.
try something. 120 feet.
Do it.
From where I'm at. First of all, do I look invisible? Like, do I still feel like I'm invisible?
Yeah, you're the concentration that you have on this. You don't seem to be affected in any way, shape, or form that you can tell.
Okay, I'm going to cast Major Image.
Okay.
Ah! Hold on. No, yeah, I mean, I'll try this first. Yeah, sure, why not? I'm going to cast it right here, right in front of the monster, and it's going to be the
Okay.
image of a very large, earth elemental.
Okay. From where you're at, you can't see over there. The cart that you're in front of is like
Oh, is it very tall?
10 or 15 feet tall. There's trees in the way. The creature is like 40, 50 feet tall and probably a good 15 to 20 feet around. So
And I will
you can
over here.
move. Yep. Okay.
Yep. Can I see around the cart from here? Here?
Yep.
Great. And then the spell has a 120-foot range, which I'm pretty sure is still within range. Yes.
Okay.
I just want to make a really big earth elemental sit down right in front of it and pick its toes.
Okay, so where are you casting this?
Right here.
Okay, so as you call upon this and you begin weaving it, you see this form of this earth elemental pop into form, and then and vanish.
That's what I thought.
Yeah!
I wanted to try.
Okay. And at the end of your turn...
That was 20 feet. I take my last 10 feet and go back.
Okay. At the end of your turn...
Ready.
Corin, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Sure. Probably not good enough.
As this large earth elemental pops into form for half a second and then is immediately vanished, you paying attention to it don't see one of the branches above you that are kind of like overhanging this creature kind of flicks, and as it does so, one of the seed pod kind of like opens up in your direction, and this sickish looking black seed flings out and strikes you in the chest. As it does so, you feel these tendrils just dig into you and dig into the ground around you, and you feel your life force just being pumped full of just noxious, decaying death. And you take 32 points of necrotic damage.
Cool. That's, I got lots of health, guys.
Yep.
So I'm worried about me.
And now it is the creature's turn.
I guess I should make a concentration check on Call Lightning.
Yeah, on a 32, so you'd have to do half
16.
of that, which is going to be 16.
I have +4 con.
Yep, you maintain concentration.
Nice job,
Alright.
Corn.
Okay, a 3 and a 5. So, Skyla, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw with advantage because you have
The
eaten
hero
hero
thingy?
spells. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wisdom save.
Yep. So, as you're watching this thing strike into Corin, watching the life almost drain out of him and pump into the ground as this seed unlatches itself, you almost don't even see this other seed pod fly out of the air and smack into.
Wait, I have bless.
Mm-hmm. So as you, can you mute, please? Thank you.
So my bless doesn't matter?
Let me finish here. So as the seed flies out of the branches from above you and strikes into you, you feel this just overwhelming sense of panic start to creep into you, and you dig deep and you shake it off as the seed pod unlatches itself and shrivels up and turns to dust on the ground around you.
Yay!
Alaric, I need you to make a Constitution save. Okay. Seeing this happen to your friends, kind of being a little bit aware of what's going on now, you glance up as another seed pod is flung at you. As it gets close to you, coming down from the branches above, you see it pulsing with this kind of strange magical energy, and as it gets near you, it suddenly turns into this lifeless shell and just skitters to the ground next to you, almost as if the magic had been sucked out of it. That will bring us to Alaric.
So these seed pods are coming out of the tree,
Out of the tree, the branches around you.
and it lost its power before it got to me?
Yes.
Okay, can you describe the tree to me once more?
Okay, so in front of you, there's a very, very large, probably 20 foot across tree trunk that goes up into a very large canopy over the top of you that's probably upwards of 40 to 50 feet tall. The tree has all these tendrils and branches with spikes and things kind of growing and moving and wriggling around it at various heights. There doesn't seem to be much sense to it. Directly in front of you, almost at ground level, there's this large mouth that is kind of broken open. Probably no more than a foot or so. The bottom of it is no more than a foot or so off where the roots connect to the ground. Probably about another 3 to 4 feet above that, there's a very large hollow in the tree that is now kind of like crinkled down as this tree has been talking and moving. It is kind of crinkled down, and it gives the impression of an eye socket. In and around its branches, you do see these kind of like glowing, pulsing, like nasty seed pustules that are all over the tree.
Okay. I'm going to move forward. That's 20 feet of movement, and I've got another 10.
So you're in difficult terrain, right?
Yeah, so this is all I got.
All right.
And I'm going to... multi-attack works with javelins, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to throw 2 javelins at this thing's eye socket.
Okay. As you step and kind of like rush off to the side, you get to a point where that like kind of feeling of just that overwhelming sense of just someone like literally just like pressing down on you kind of lifts up a little bit, and the light from your aura kind of springs back into life.
Oh! GTK. Alright. Well, nah, I'm still going to do this. But yeah, that's good to know. So I'm going to throw and throw. And
okay.
I've got Bless. Those seem really low and probably won't make a difference. But for the first one, for the second one.
Okay, so, so as you kind of rush out to the side, kind of take that breath, almost feels like you've been freed up a little bit. You feel the guiding hand of Silver and her deity on your shoulder, and you let loose first one and then the other javelin. As you do, you watch them fly through the air and strike against this almost iron-like hide and just skitter off.
Cool. Alright, that's it.
Okay. And let's see, and at the end of your turn... yeah, I'm gonna do this. 4. I'm gonna need a dexterity saving throw from you, Alaric.
All right.
Okay. So as you let loose the last javelin, you see the creature almost kind of effortlessly flick one of its branches as this kind of blue and almost icy-looking seed begins to streak through the air. At the last second, you turn, you deflect it with your shield, and you watch as it just flashes against the ground and then dissipates. Seeming to have no effect, it looks like you may have deflected it. That will bring us to Niesa. Why does this music keep cutting off? I really don't like it.
It doesn't loop that well. That's the
10.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
25. 30. And all of my spectrally flaming glory. Actually, I don't know if I'm spectrally flaming right now.
As you rush off to the side, getting closer and closer to Alaric, you can see that his aura is kind of kicked back in. You come up next to him, and you still kind of feel that suppress. Your blade is still just dull in your hands.
By that much! I was like, should I go south? Should I go east? Gambled wrong. Cool!
Can I use a bonus action to lift her up and put her to the left of me?
Pirouette style.
Okay. Alright.
Cool, that severely limits what I can do. In fact, I can do no things.
Take a dodge action. Or dash.
Oh, I can dash.
Dash.
But, wow, yeah. But then I'm gonna be ahead of Alaric, and that's not the plan, Stan.
We'll just
But
stay
then
within
dodge.
10 feet. You can still you can dodge or just stick close. Either way.
Damn, stick it close.
So far, everything's been saving throws. Meta.
Has nothing I can do on a bonus action. Because
What do you want to do? What do you want to do, Nessa? Come on.
Yeah, I'll take a dodge action.
Okay, so you take the dodge action, you prepare
And a
for...
wrench flies by your head.
That will bring us to Skyla. I don't think that this thing is...
Okay. I am going to shoot twice. Pew! Pew! Girl.
Nice, Skylar. Doing work.
Okay.
Get it,
as
girl.
you release again and again, you see your arrows just sink into the side of this creature over and over again, doing some damage.
Wrecking things. Alright, and then I'm going to scooch
What is
on.
going on with the music here?
I don't know. Scooch on behind this trunk and hopefully hide.
Hopefully hide. Okay, give me a... no? Okay.
And then for Mr. Fox, let's see. Alright. You're muted. There's no
There we
music right now.
How about now? It's very quiet.
Very quiet.
Too quiet.
Too quiet, even. I don't like the things
Yeah.
Roll20 doing with its audio and video stuff is just terrible right now.
A
Okay,
little
so
too
We could just be
rap.
your backup singers. I mean, really, if you need it, we're there.
Clearly, this means we need to convert to IRL game.
Right?
Okay, everyone move. Alright,
Yeah, everyone moved to Minnesota.
so Fox is
I
gonna...
mean, I'm like a day's drive. Not even a full
Exactly. Yeah,
day.
exactly. Alex and I, you just come meet Alex and I. You know, guys, it's easy. We win.
Fox, what the heck?
Okay, so as Fox reaches up, you hidden away can't exactly see from where you're at, but you do hear Fox tearing at it. For those that can see, almost seeming to struggle more getting close to the trunk, fighting through the branches than anything. Doesn't seem to make a connection. Okay, and with that, that is going to bring us to this. I need, difficult terrain. Okay, so, Silver, as you're standing there kind of struggling to move forward in these, roots that are pulling and tearing at you, suddenly they begin to slack and just pull back into the ground around you as the ground settles down. You feel like you can move more freely. However, I need Skyla and Kaylee to both make dexterity saving throws. Okay, dexterity save. 14. Oh. Okay, so as you both are standing, Skyla leaned up close against this tree, and Kaylee kind of tucked in next to this overgrown cart that's there, and has these branches and vines tangled around them. All of you see around the entire burrow, all of a sudden the branches and vines on the trees come to life and start lashing out. Both of you almost caught up by this just like this tree next to you springing to life, managed to just barely duck out of the way in time. And this is no longer difficult terrain. Here. Why can't I grab it? There we go. Delete. Okay. That will bring us to Silver. What do you want to do, Silver?
That's a very good question. I'm going to move 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Okay.
We'll move over there. And
I got you, babe.
I am just kidding. Gonna cast Death Ward on Elric.
Okay.
Because I meant to last time, and I'm gonna get it done this time.
Okay, well that's my cue. It's my cue
Okay.
to die.
So as you rush
You
out,
got
to the
this. Just go home.
you feel that kind of that suppression, just like you can breathe again. You reach out and you touch Alaric, and the magic flows freely through you, unblocked and unhindered.
Fantastic.
And that will
I like
bring
having
us...
purpose.
Oh, did you want to do anything else?
Nada. I'm cool and so happy. I'm
Okay.
out.
And at the end of your turn... no, actually, I'm sorry. It's already used 3. Right? 1, 2... No, it's not used 3 yet. It still has 1 more. The other one was a lair action, so... Okay.
Can you, after you're done with this, can you give a hitbox for this thing so I know how close I need to get?
Yeah. It's basically it's a 4. The branches around it are just like extra, but
So 4x4?
yeah, like a 4
that?
by 4 around. Yeah, roughly. Maybe.
Is that where it is, or is it to the right?
Yeah. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's it. You got it.
Okay.
P.S. I know that most of what we've had to encounter thus far has been saving throw related, but if it decides to roll something related to an attack roll, let me know, because I would like to use my finger before you roll.
Okay.
Mr. GM.
Okay. So at the end of your turn, 9 and yep. Let's see here. Corin, I'm gonna need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think my shield does anything for me, but
Okay.
I mean,
Okay, so as you are sitting there preparing to and maintaining concentration on this, you see another one of the branches kind of lean down and flick a seed pod in your direction as it bursts open. It's this dull grayish kind of pulsing with this like faint white light. It begins to like just coast towards you at kind of a brisk pace. You manage to roll underneath it. As it strikes into the ground behind you, you hear this sickening kind of like ripping and tearing sound as the earth behind you slowly just disintegrates away, and what looks like a crater almost 10 feet deep is blasted in the hole in the ground behind you.
okay. Corin takes a poopy.
Basically,
I
right
mean, I
there.
could make a con save to see about that.
Alright, that is the end of Silver's turn. That brings us to Corin.
Okay, let's see, let's start by scooching a bit more away. So, 25 more feet. And then I'm going to use my action to maintain Call Lightning. So,
Okay.
I'll just go ahead and cast it again for the rolls.
Okay. So,
Oh.
wow, 25.
2 10s on the 3d10.
Yes!
Alright,
Nice.
dexterity saving
Corin
throw.
is mad.
Yep.
Makes it saving throw.
So half
as
damage.
this lightning comes down, actually, no, it has. No, it doesn't. It does move. So as this kind of energy begins to build up in the air above it, having been having been hit by this before, you see some of the roots on the underside of it reach out and grab as it shifts its entire form out of the way. This strikes down. It hits him partially, but not as much damage as you were hoping. So it will take 13 points of damage.
Okay. And then for my bonus action, I will take a look at my little ring that I've had, and then I am going to go ahead and use one of my healing potions.
Ooh,
just have
it's
on
been
hand.
it's been a while
Yep,
since we've actually seen one of those.
So I have this in my inventory. I don't know if clicking it will actually roll. Okay, it will. So then, and then the ring. Did I just?
Nice roll!
Okay, and then the ring gives me an additional 1d6 from any healing potions.
Nice.
Yep.
So 10 health back.
It's like a
Ring
looks like
finally,
nice.
finally getting use from the ring.
Yep.
For the first
Yeah.
time since he got it.
I forgot healing potions were a thing, to be honest.
Kaylee, that brings us
So
to
yes,
you.
that is my turn.
I should check. I don't think I have any. I don't. No.
So,
Okay, you're fine.
you won't let me grab it. Let me grab you. Dang it. Alright, well, I'll just make a new one. That's fine. I would like to cast Fairy Fire. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. On the thing.
Okay.
Let me pull it up. Pew!
Alright, dexterity saving throw again. No, doesn't matter. It's +0. Reeling from the lightning strike that had just struck the ground, not seemingly paying too much attention to you as you cast this fairy fire, this entire tree begins to kind of glow in this oddly beautiful magical aura that seems to contrast horribly with the disgusting visage that is before you.
And then how is this a tall pool? Is it just like a foot tall, like these walls?
What you're seeing behind you is a stone, almost like a stone disc with what looks like green crystal that has been cracked and shattered, and it is laying down and partially buried in the ground next to you. It's maybe sticking out of the dirt like 2 feet at the most.
I'll just take a step back from that stupid cart, and I'll look at my hand that has an invisible ring on it and say, "Got any bright ideas?"
So as you kind of start yelling at
Run!
you hear a bit of a...
I thought we got rid of you.
I've not seen anything like this before, and there's only room in here enough for one, so you're on your own.
Oh my god. Tons of help, thank you very much.
Well, I try. It doesn't seem friendly.
Great.
You don't say.
You're good at this magic stuff.
Alright.
That's my turn.
Okay, that will bring us to the creature's turn.
Great.
Let's see. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to need, where is it? I'm gonna need Skyla to make a strength saving throw.
You got this.
Strong as
You
the
got the
mountain.
Gun Carrot Festival. Bust out those natties.
Ah.
JK.
Reeling away
you got
from
a
the tree.
9. Sorry.
What's that?
Nothing.
Blessed, it's a 9,
Okay.
but that
It's
still
a 9,
sucks.
So as you're reeling away from the tree behind you, seemingly not seeing, as the large creature in front of you flicks a pod in your direction, it almost seems, to those of you that see it streak through the air, almost see-through. It strikes Skyla in the back, and Skyla, you feel as almost an invisible hand grabs and wrenches on your midsection and flings you straight up into the air 30 feet.
Okay, bye.
Can you levitate as a reaction?
I don't think so.
Okay. So as you fling up in the air 30 feet, disoriented, you begin to kind of lose sense of where you're at and start to essentially fall. I'm going to do 3, 6. You take 9 points of bludgeoning damage as you slam back down into the earth, and you are currently prone.
Alright, that's not too bad.
9 points of damage on your booty.
Oh my god.
The chart. Yep. So it flings you up in the air and then lets you go, so you don't feel the presence on it anymore. What was the other one here? Okay. I need Silver to make a Wisdom saving throw.
You
got
have
this,
advantage
girl.
on this.
Okie dokie. Wisdom?
Mm-hmm.
And it's also a +2.
Yep. So as you're
Yeah.
sitting there and you hear kind of a shout as Skyla is flung into the air and brutally just like dropped on the ground, you feel something smack into your shoulder. Not sure quite where it came from, but you see a flash of purplish light and your eyes begin to droop and you get very, very groggy for a second. And you see a flash of light and Alaric's kind of aura of, strength and just that beacon of light kind of pulls you back. You shake off the effect and you manage to stay on your feet. But it definitely definitely feels like you were almost on the verge of passing out.
Okay.
Go ahead.
That wasn't an attack, correct?
No.
Okay, just making sure. Okay.
And then let's see. Kaylee, no, can't see. All right, Alaric, I'm going to need you to make a wisdom saving throw as well.
Okay, and I have advantage on this, and I have bless.
Okay. Yep. So as you're standing there, you see this flash of purple. You see silver kind of starting to teeter over as from the other side you're immediately hit with a pod, and it bursts open in this kind of violet mist, and it infiltrates your senses, and you just feel this kind of sense of calm starting to come over you. You shake it off and kind of blow out your nose. You get the, you kind of get the stuff out of there. No allergies for you today. You managed to shake off the effect. You're not exactly sure what was going to happen, but something was definitely taking over.
I'm a nosmic, bro.
Yeah. I can't smell that anyway. or like in the really bad Batman movie, rubber lips. That'll bring us to Alaric.
Okay. Let's see. I want to make sure that we can peel. I'm trying to pick the right point to come in. Nope, that's not it. Sorry, y'all can't see me adjusting this thing 1,000 times. So I'm going to move right there.
Okay.
And I'm going to take a swing. And if I hit, I'll probably do some... actually, along the way, I drop my shield, and I take my longsword, into two hands.
Okay.
And I'm going to slash, and I'm going to slash, and I got blessed for both of these.
Okay.
So this is for the first one. This is for the second one. And
so as you bring the sword down once and then twice, you definitely see large swaths of the bark cut through as that reddish sap begins to pull out. You said you want to do some stuff too?
Yeah, I want to do yeah, you know what? I'm gonna do 2 level 2 divine smites. Where I can't find it. Where is it? Sorry. Okay, here we go. Here's the first one, and here's the second one.
Dang.
All right, so Alaric does 60 points of damage. Am I right? Almost. 31 and 26.
57.
57 points of damage.
From the back. Humans, bro!
From the back. Humans! So as you reach up and slash across your blade ignites with this radiant fire, almost like the sun itself is like shining off your blade. You actually see the creature just writhe, and just that mouth opens up and lets out this just noise. It rips through the entire clearing. Chunks of bark are falling, burning at your feet at this point in time. And yeah, that hurt. That really hurt. You can smell it across, like, Kaylee smells it in the back.
Well, I can't.
No.
Alaric can't. But alright, cool. And then I'm gonna do a Heisman.
Okay, so as you're doing the Heisman, you hear this kind of tearing and ripping noise as the entire tree lifts up and lurches and almost begins dragging itself along the ground, away from you and Fox, who will both get attacks of opportunity.
Okay.
And it is actually going to pull itself this way and turn.
So 15 of my attack.
Come on, a little bit more. 15 on yours, you said?
Yeah.
I can't. Oh, because it's so far down. So large. Yeah, that'll work right there.
Do you want to control this pink thing so I know where the hitbox is now?
Yeah, give me a sec. I've got like 8 million things.
Yeah,
up.
I'm sure.
No fuck.
Sorry.
Alright,
Take your time.
somewhere like that, roughly. Okay, so you got a 15. As it kind of tears away from you, you reach up to slash it again with your sword, and it's almost deflected by one of the branches that are kind of swinging and flailing wildly at you. Fox, on the other hand, takes his chance to finally get in, grabs into the side of the bark with its claws, and rips him aside, revealing more of the bark underneath. Okay.
Nice. Nice, Fox.
And that will bring us to Niesa.
Stay close to me! I haven't played at all.
Pulls out glaive. Oh, there it goes. That's cool. All right.
Well, you can do it. Rush in if you want.
I can't do anything even if I rush in. Even if I were Russian.
Zabi.
Nope. Just kidding. That was a joke. Just right. Nope. I don't want to be there either. Just sticking close. Just wee. Okay. Hey, bro.
Take it like you want.
It's like right in your face. Hey.
Hey. So, as you rush up and come closer towards Alaric, your blade kind of begins to hum and churn with that not divine magic. Yours is that kind of like arcane positive energy that flows through it. And you pulse with that radiant flame.
Woo!
There you go.
Yeah. What else do you want to do?
Well, let's oh, why can't I see my cantrips? Come back! Where are you?
Cantrips, come back.
Baby, come back. There is not much I can do. So, action, just gonna blast this thing.
Woo!
Yeah, you
Ah!
are.
Nice hits.
Thank you.
Okay.
They're very tiny. Ping!
So as you basically plant your glaive in the ground beside you, you let off one and then another of these kind of glowing blast of charged positive energy. They slam into the side of this creature, tearing chunks out of the bark and pooling more and more. As you guys are watching now, this reddish blood-like sap is beginning to just trickle down all over the front and sides of this thing. The large gash that Alaric has cut out of the side is basically seeping open now and bleeding wildly. Yep,
Is
you
there
do.
any chance I could have cast Halo before that? Probably not, right? Because I already did it. Frick! Well then, for next time! I also do that. And I want it to be disadvantaged on, any suggestions? Yeah,
It's
gallery?
ability checks, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Probably strength.
Let's do strength. I don't know if it can grapple, but just in case.
But what else can
Yeah.
it try to do with an ability of
Yeah.
it?
Good,
So-
good call.
I mean, I could do wisdom for disadvantage on perception if anyone wants to hide, but I don't know.
Fair.
Actually, that's a good point, too. Your call. Your call,
That
Nessa.
has tremor sense.
Yeah, that's true. Good call. Thanks, DM. Voice of God. Okay, yeah, let's do strength.
Okay, so you go ahead and oh, and one of the things that I did learn, that spell attacks don't actually proc this.
Huh?
Not any damage.
Oh.
It should be weapon damage.
With an attack, it's weird.
Whenever you hit the target with an attack. So,
The
okay,
spell
so
casting a
spells
spell.
that roll,
You're right. You're right.
yeah, spells that roll attack rolls do count. So, like Eldritch Blast, or sorry, Spirited Blast would count. But something that requires a saving throw, or like Magic Missile, doesn't
Right.
count.
That makes sense.
Yep.
Yes.
At the end of your turn,
Yes.
but, I'm rolling right now.
Uh huh.
Okay.
Wait, you're rolling something?
Nessa, I'm gonna need you to make yeah, but it's a saving throw. Nessa, I'm gonna need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
No.
Plus
I
2.
got really hopeful there for a second.
Bye, guys.
Oh, wait, Nessa or Silver?
Nessa.
Yeah,
Nessa.
you plus
You
2,
bless-
plus 2.
Bliss,
Plus 2.
bliss.
Plus
Oh,
Nope.
Well,
Girl!
okay.
Dang.
Okay, well,
Not even the gods can save you.
Okay.
not even two gods.
You got
Two
two
gods.
gods.
Not even the power of two gods can help you now.
I
So.
am so graceless and so slow.
Word of Light and God of
Not
Fate
even
are just like, bye guys.
It happens. They're both
We
worse
tried.
and better. I don't.
So, as you are rushing up next to Alaric, and the creature just wrenches its way, you blast one and then the other. Out of the branches from above you, a small, faint, kind of chalky white seed pod streaks through the air, striking you. You try and avoid it, but it catches into you, and you feel this blast. As it begins to take over, you look up at your shoulder, and you see that stone is beginning to grow slowly over the top of you as it goes. You definitely feel yourself just getting kind of locked up as this is happening.
Alaric? And that's
So you're
That
stuck.
will bring us to Skyla's turn. You're currently prone on the ground.
Okay, so I take half my movement to get up. And then I'm gonna scooch kind of around this tree to the other side. And then I'm going to hit him twice. Wow, what? Why? And then I'm going to... Oops. I don't think I can do that, actually. Yeah, so that for now.
Okay, so as you pull back, first one arrow and then the other, they fly through the air, striking into the side of this creature, not finding perches, bouncing off into the trees around it.
Alright, and then Fox, let's see, he's gonna scooch on up and bite and claw. What are these weird doubles that I keep doing?
Doing rolls here. Okay, 7,
Weird.
14 is 21. Okay. As Fox tears into it, this tree's just screaming out, no, no, and slamming into Fox, trying to cut through him, but he can't quite grab onto it. You see the tree starting to sag. The branches are starting to droop lower and lower now. Is that the turn?
Yes.
Okay. At that, on initiative turn 20,
Oh, wait.
I need... at the... Yeah, that'll work. 2, 6, sorry.
I just need to know if I have to roll or not, because I really gotta pee.
Oh, sorry. Okay, hold on. 2, 8,
Just
6,
go.
I have
Just
to
go. Just
read.
go.
Yeah.
Blame it on Poppy.
Right here
Yeah.
in my chair.
Okay, so Skyla, I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw. Okay, so as you call Fox forward, he rushes up and begins to attack. Out of the branches above you, out of the tree that was lashing out, it suddenly quiets and stops moving, and you see a seed pod. You hear a flash above you, see a bit of light, and a seed pod slams down into the back of you, and as it does, you begin to feel yourself kind of seize up as the world kind of slows down in front of you for a bit, and you're completely locked up and can't move. You feel like there's just this force holding you in place.
Great.
That was 2. Then we have... okay, Alaric, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Learn from my mistakes.
Nope. It's a fail.
What about Blaze? Blaze.
I doubt that will do anything, but
Might help. DC 10, you don't know.
Okay. So as you're watching this creature run away from you, there's a flash of light as this kind of grayish, pulsing with white light seed streaks out of one of the branches from behind you, slams into the back, and as it does so, you feel this terrible, horrible, wrenching pain as your skin is just torn apart from the bones and ripped and flayed apart. The entirety of your back has been disintegrated off, and you are now just this kind of open, bleeding, like, mess right now. You're not entirely sure how well the armor fared, but you definitely feel like part of you is just torn away. As you take 23 points of force damage.
Okay.
And then, which one was the other one? Okay. Yep. And okay, Kaylee, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw as well.
Got this, Kaylee. Yeah, girl.
Okay. So, oh, I said Dexter. All right, I already went with it. It was supposed to be Constitution. As
It would have been It would have been just 3 less, 4 less.
Okay. Oh, all right. Well, let me double check and make sure I rolled the right one here. Okay, so as you're watching this, preparing your next attack, you see a flash in the trees above you. This pod flings down onto you and latches into you and begins to just like grow out and like dig into your veins and into the ground. As it does so, you feel it pulling your life force out of you. You reach deep down inside of you. You resist as much of it as you can. However, you still take 17 points of necrotic damage as this energy is just drained out of you. The rest of you see traveling through the ground this flash of energy as the tree almost wells back up with life. That's the end of Skyla's turn. That's the end of the lair action turn, and that brings us to Silver's turn.
Oh wait, I have measurement on. I'm gonna cast a spell magic on Nessa. I don't know what else to do.
Okay. Dispel magic. DC.
Any magical effect.
Alright, let me just read this real quick here. Okay. Nessa, as Silver runs up behind you and places a hand on you, you feel a flash of energy as the stone begins to tighten up and slowly break and chip away.
Yes!
Good thing.
I didn't think that was gonna work. I'm so happy.
I didn't either. Well done, Silver.
In one more turn, it wouldn't have.
Yeah, I know.
The effect was still taking place, so it hadn't become permanent yet.
A plus. Awesome. I was debating about that. I wasn't trying to metagame, but I was like, ooh, enhanceability might work also. But yeah, I'm glad. I was very convinced that wasn't work. And then I'm also going to cast Healing Word on Alaric as bonus action.
Okay.
We're saving the day.
Second... No. You're okay. You got Death Word, first of all. Just kidding.
Thank you. Perfect. Thank you. That's very
Uh-huh.
sweet.
Part of his spine comes back.
Part of this might...
Oh, thanks!
Deviously
Scapula
shoot.
slash
Okay.
swing form.
If I have
at
any more
the
movement
end-
left, I'm just gonna move like one back, but
Okay.
I don't know.
At the end of your turn, creatures.
Don't hit me again.
That
Oh,
laugh.
jeez. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's me again, isn't it? Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez.
Silver, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh,
+2.
A dex
yes,
save?
you're within. Fiora.
A dex save though?
Yep.
Yeah, +2. That's okay. RNG Jesus loves you.
Yeah, so does Severus. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
That's
Uh-huh.
no! What does he? I don't know what he does.
So 11?
Alaric, from behind you, you hear a similar kind of ripping and tearing sound as Silver blasting into the left side of you. You have this just wrenching, tearing of flesh as your clothes, your armor, your tunic are kind of pulled apart. Your arm is almost just completely brought down to bone as this sea pod erupts into you, and your flesh is torn away, and you take 25 points of force damage.
Not all of my health.
Good.
It's most
my
of
gosh.
it. It is most of it.
That kind of a wound, though. Ugh,
But it's
jeepers.
not all of it.
You're gonna have
All
one
right.
really sexy scar, though.
I'm gonna cast because this seems like an aggressive action. I would love to cast Hellish Rebuke on this motherfucker. I would love to cast that on him. It's 60 feet. It doesn't quite hit.
Tickle his
Wait,
chin.
hold on. Let me just move this hitbox just a little scoot. No, I'm just kidding.
Doesn't work. Alright, so Hellish Rebuke doesn't work, but I would have really... She gets, like, nightmarishly awful looking at this point. She's fucking pissed, man.
All right. As you
Okay.
scream out, Alaric looks back at you and kind of gives you a glance for a moment. This isn't like Nessa, like, going glance. Basically, there's like a moment of hesitation. Do you want me to stay back with you?
Oh, to me?
No, to Silver.
Okay.
No, she just
Okay.
is kind of, like, black-eyed and puffing up, like, just smoke around her and nastiness. She's good. She's just angry.
Alright, that brings us to Corin's turn.
Okay. I'm right up in its face, aren't I?
Yep.
I'm gonna go ahead and risk an attack of opportunity and start making my way down to Skyla.
Making his way downtown.
Okay. So as you pull away, you see one of the low branches around it covered in spikes kind of rake out towards you almost just impossibly fast, and no, you're fine. 11 to hit.
Nope.
Okay, so as it does, you kind of just like tuck and roll and begin taking off at a run towards Skyla, as the creature just kind of screams out past you.
As I feel the branches go past and I duck under, I turn around, flip him the birds, and call lightning.
Okay, yeah, so as you rush out, you being right up in his face, you kind of had that like suppressed feel, and not quite certain, you had that suppressed feel. You felt like you were kind of cut off from that storm cloud that you had summoned above you. As you rush off, feeling this tuck and roll bring down the lightning on top of it, it makes a dexterity saving throw. Fails the dexterity saving throw. As the lightning strikes down, you see branches actually severed off of it as there's this large cracking sound. Parts of the bark kind of seared off and smoking and burning and charred. Half this tree practically looks like it's been lit on fire at this point in time. Okay.
I hate to be the kid that points out that homework didn't get turned in, but this says 60-foot radius.
Yes,
What-
meaning
what-
120 diameter.
Radius.
Oh, my bad. I have not been in school for a very long time.
Okay.
You got this.
All right. So yeah, it takes damage. You continue running, or that's your turn.
Let's see. Yeah, I think that's my turn.
Okay. At the end of your turn, it takes its last legendary action. Yep. So, Kaylee, I need you to make a strength saving throw.
What?
Yep.
Strong as the mountain?
Mm.
Strong as the molehill.
Okay.
It's a little more than a molehill.
You take minus 500 hit points.
Whoa there.
Okay. You see this out of the corner of your eye. One of the trees kind of just lashes out and flicks a pod, see-through in color. As it strikes into you, you feel yourself kind of just wrenched and thrown forward into the clearing, 30 feet. Unlike with Skyla, you are not thrown and released. You are pulled and held in place. So you are currently restrained.
What are those conditions mean again?
Yep.
Is restrain the one where you can't do actions or reactions?
No, I think that's incapacitated.
Right.
Your speed is now 0, and you don't get any bonus or benefits from your speed, so no tumbling. Attack rolls against you have advantage, and your attack rolls have disadvantage, and you have disadvantage on all dexterity saving throws.
Cool.
And that will bring us to Kaylee's turn.
Okay, well, I'm gonna cast Thunder Wave because I wanted to do it on this thing anyways. And I'm gonna cast it at...
Thunderwave does not emanate from you.
It does emanate from me.
What's the range on it?
Let me see.
I think it's only 15
Because you're
feet.
currently 65... Well, you're like 50-ish feet away from it right now.
No, I wanted to cast it right where I'm at on this crystal thingy.
Oh,
My plan
Okay.
was to go and stand on this anyways and cast Thunder Wave.
okay. All right.
I was
Kaylee's
like,
like,
oh.
thank you for expediting this.
I know, I conveniently got pulled over here, I'll take it. But I'm gonna cast it at level 3. I just got a toy.
23. Thunderous wave of
Whoa!
thunder sweeps out from Kaylee. In addition, unsecured objects that are completely within the area affected are automatically pushed 10 feet away from you by the spell's effects. Okay, so as you're ripped and pulled into this, you feel yourself almost... it's impossible to move. You're kind of hovering like a foot above the ground almost. You just reach down within yourself and you cast Thunder Wave, emanating from without, basically from you out. As you do so, all these loose pieces of broken kind of greenish crystal are blasted aside, and you expose the dirt underneath as they fly off. The shards go flying in every different direction. They kind of stick into the tree trunk behind you and up against the cart and everything like that. Some of the cracked stones roll away as well. There's this loud kind of echoing roll of thunder that emanates throughout this. As the dust and everything clears, most of the crystal around you is now cleared out from where you're at. It was broken and shattered anyways. And now it's basically just the loose pieces have been broken aside and blown out of the disc that they fell in. Other than that, you don't see any change or sense any sort of difference.
Okay, well then, do I still have use of my hands?
Yeah, you still have the use of your hands. You just can't move. You don't
Okay.
have any mobility.
I reach into my backpack and I start lighting a torch. That's
Okay.
my turn.
All right. So that's yours. That's out of legendary actions. That will bring us to this creature's turn. For those of you looking at the creature, you see this kind of intake of force as the socket inside of its eye, or where its eye would be, begins to just kind of like pull and draw light into it. And it kind of begins to glow with inside of it. It doesn't seem like it's done anything else, but now instead of being this dark, empty cavern, it kind of looks like there's a little bit of life in it. And it now is going to... Alright, let's see here. Oh.
Well, did you just kill 3 characters?
Is this
Bring
an
it.
attack roll or a saving throw?
Bring
Is this an
it.
attack roll or a saving throw?
Saving throw.
I'm going to use Fated Moment.
I need...
I'm going to use
a
Fated
saving-
Moment.
Okay.
What's
Who are
that
you
thing?
going to pick?
Huh?
Who are you picking?
The 3 that look affected by it. 3 people that look affected by it.
Okay, that's fine. So, that would be Alaric and Nessa.
Cool,
Okay.
they're within 30 feet of me, so that makes
Yep.
sense.
So what I
and
roll?
Kaylee.
Kaylee, I can't help.
Okay, what I roll?
Yeah.
You automatically succeed
you
according to
and-
Fated Moment.
And you and Nessa automatically succeed.
What?
Which means
Which means, okay, so as these...
You only take 60 damage.
You see the tree in front of you fling these pods out at you and Nessa, and another third one over towards Kaylee. The two heading forward towards you and Nessa, one a dark, sickly black color. Corin recognizing this immediately as the first one that hit you. Another one kind of pale, chalky white, similar to the ones that struck you and Silver in the back, lash out towards you and Nessa. As they strike into you, or as they come close to you, you begin to dodge one way or the other, and as you do so, you feel Silver behind you guiding your footsteps, and you both just deftly move inches out of the way as these fly past you. The black one striking to the ground, and tendrils just kind of lashing out and like pumping necrotic damage, like necrotic filth into the earth as the grass and stuff dies off. The other one aimed at Nessa, blasting a crater in the ground behind her as she steps to the side. So basically, like here, there's like a 10-foot crater. I need Kaylee to roll a dexterity saving throw at disadvantage.
Oh,
Yeah, okay, cool. Alright.
You got this. Tumble,
So
tumble,
you get a 20,
tumble.
man?
Just 2 20s. Oh, that's a 3.
Okay. Oh, Jeff.
James, where are you at on the board? Where are you at?
She's
Way up
yeah.
top.
As this black necrotic seed
no.
pod flies forward, Kaylee, trying to twist one way and then the other, can't move as it strikes her in the chest. You see these tendrils lash out as they dig deep inside. And with one last look at the party, the life is just sucked out of Kaylee as she slumps, still hung up by the telekinesis spell, suspended in the air. The pod drops to the ground and withers away. Kaylee unmoving, unresponsive.
Cool. All right.
That will bring us to Alaric.
2 things. Number 1, I rolled back the 6 hit points I got from Healing Word because there were 2 spells cast in that turn.
Okay.
And one question, and because I want to do this right, and I'm going to be true to this with Stephanie, like, when Silver took damage, did she roll a concentration check for Bless?
Oh, I didn't.
No,
Totally
she didn't.
Okay. I don't think it affected any of the rolls after that, but just before I do anything... Okay, yeah,
Okay.
so...
Yeah,
Bless
Bless is gone.
Okay. Let me get rid of that. Alright. I can't even reach it in time. But I'm gonna run forward and maybe an angle. And throw 2 javelins, sans Bless. That's kind of
That's
all I
a
can
20.
do.
Ooh. Okay, so as you reach out, you launch this javelin. It flies through the air. It strikes the creature in the side, piercing through into its mouth, the blood kind of pouring through as it's slumping over more and more, sinking down to the side. At the... is there anything else you want to do?
Negative, no.
Okay. At the end of your turn, it's going to... Nessa, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
No! I had so many plans! So many cool plans! Oh, jeez.
Oh, shoot. It was like hovering on 20.
So wait, am I still blessed or no? Will it matter?
No, you're not blessed, and it wouldn't matter.
Okay.
You see the as Alaric runs forward and launches a javelin at it. You hear the sound of another seed pod kind of firing off out of the corner of your eye. You catch sight of a black pod soar towards you. You try and turn, and it catches you in the shoulder. The tendrils latch up, and you feel just that death being kind of pumped into you. You drop down, and as the seed pod unlatches itself, you feel yourself barely clinging on. You take 48 points of necrotic damage.
48?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'm not. Who boy? Oh wait, no. Hold on.
Are you still up?
Second
Oh, I'm
wind.
still up. I'm fine.
Do you have second
just-
wind? Do you
I
have?
do, but
Concentration?
I'm just no longer on fire,
Okay.
and so I'd have to roll a 24 or better to maintain concentration.
Just, set that
No.
precedent.
Okay, I'm just
Yep.
gonna click it for fun. So oh, it's close. So close. Tried so hard. Okay, well, bye, Halo. Halo.
All right, and that brings us to Nessa's turn.
Well, that hurt. Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and then I'm going to dash. 5, 10. Here? Think I can be here? Like right next to Fox? Like, hey, bud. I don't know if I can be in the same spot.
Are you you're dashing?
Yes, I dashed.
Okay.
Do I feel suppressed in this space?
No, but that's two actions.
Yes.
It takes your action. Okay.
Well, that was movement and action. And then I'm going to action surge
Okay.
to
Oh, sick, dude.
stab it and slash
Sick.
at it and then boop it on the snoot. If only Fairy Fire was still up.
Nessa. I like that. I like that.
Okay.
I think only one of those.
How do
hits,
you
but I
want to
really
do
like.
this?
Oh,
Just
snap!
too late, though.
No,
Hey,
it's not.
No, it still hasn't
No,
been
it's
a minute.
not.
Okay,
Yes,
Yeah, we're
yes.
fine.
okay, what do I want to do? Okay, I would like to stab my glaive in its mouth and rip a hole from its mouth straight through its eye socket so its face splits in half. And then
Okay.
I will just hack it a couple times, I guess, for good measure.
So as you rush
And then
forward,
boop it.
this tree that is now kind of sagging, burnt, twisted, torn, blasted aside, all but still standing, basically. You rush forward, and it leers at you as it says, "I will feast on your flesh, little," and then just, as you stick your glaive in the side of it, rip out through the front, it just teeters, cracking and falling and twisting off to the side as it crumples down to the ground, dead.
I don't get a second wind.
Yes, girl.
Yes.
Not one to take chances. Alaric is also hopping onto the corpse and like chopping away, making sure.
The
Okay,
humans just go really lumberjack on this right now.
Kicking it.
Alaric and Nessa basically making sure this thing is dead. As you guys, wow, that's much louder than the other track was. So as you guys both fall on this creature, just hacking it limb from limb, chopping branches off, cutting the seed pods, and tossing them to the side. Around you, you see the burrow, the glade itself, begin to just wither and crumple away. All of those sick and twisted vines that had wrapped up and clogged out the trees begin to plop off, and the life and the growth underneath, dead and sucked dry. Hints of green begin to kind of fill the void, essentially.
Okay.
I'm running for Kaylee.
Yeah, I would take a glance at Skyla. Does she appear to have become unparalyzed? Oh no, you're not muted. I just saw Twitch delayed and thought you were talking, but... So, is Skyla still paralyzed?
As the tree has fallen over and crumpled down, Skyla, you feel the motion, you locked in place, start to just ease up, and you can move again. From behind you, you all hear a soft as Kaylee's body drops out of the air into the dirt below.
Okay, then start sprinting towards her, and as soon as she's within
Yes.
60
Yeah.
feet, shouting healing word at her. Kaylee, get up! You have to find your father!
So as you shout, you throw the healing word, the magic rains down upon where her body is, and nothing.
I'm dashing. How quickly can I cast something on her?
As soon as Alec and I
You
are
get to
sure
her.
that-
You get to her within a few seconds. Yes.
Revivify.
Okay. Go ahead. Okay. Do you have diamonds worth 300 gold points? Gold pieces?
That was what we talked about because I don't really have like a magical item.
Oh,
That was
okay.
the one thing I asked to have.
Okay. When the last minute, creature turns life on a spell can't turn life that is died of old age. Any missing body parts? Okay. So as you reach down, you begin to kind of hover over her, placing your hands on her and reaching out. You can feel there's no life. There's nothing there. It's been sucked out of her completely. She is gone. You dig deep. You call upon your deity. And you begin to just reach out into that void towards where you know that the departed have crossed over and are beginning their journey. You feel faint footprints, you feel faint echoes, and you begin picking through them and following the path that Kaylee has started on. And slowly, in your mind, you see an image of her walking this long path ahead of you, and you call out to her. What do you say?
You can't just walk away from us. The first one I met here. And I know you don't know me, Kaylee, but they need you. I know they do. You have to come back. Come back with me, please.
Oh, Jim.
Kaylee, you hear this faint, distant voice calling you, and you turn around on this path, you not even really realizing where you're at, what's going on, just knowing that you have to march forward, and you hear this voice, and you see behind you this face, familiar, new but familiar, behind it a clearing with friends gathered over you. What do you do?
I'm busy! That's not what I do. I'm just trying not to cry.
It's fine, because I'm full on sobbing for everyone. It's fine.
I mean, I pause. And I grab for my quill. And I realize that I dropped it. And so I start walking back towards Silver. Because I remember that I left something important.
Silver, as you watch this, you see Kaylee pause, almost with a bewildered look on her face, as she begins considering and then turning towards you and walking back. As you reach out your hand, she takes hold of it, and you pull her through that last just barrier of life and death, and you see life just as Kaylee's eyes snap open.
I kind of just like touch her face as she comes back into reality, and I just like loud enough for everybody to hear, but kind of just like very personally toward Kaylee. I just kind of leaned in and go, "I still have to write your story. You're not done here."
Ow. Did we win?
I think we did.
Allard.
Can you stand up? Are you alright?
I think so.
Yeah, we got it, despite you slacking off at the end there. Come on, get up. We still have to save the townsfolk, and that is my 4th level healing word on you.
Get up. I have 16.
17, I think, because Revivify gives you 1.
Oh, right. I look in my stuff and I find the transportation stone, and I say, unless you've got something really important to do here, I think I'd really like to leave.
Same.
You've not... Well, never mind.
I want this thing's heart. Chop, 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 chop.
I put my hand on Kaylee's shoulder and I say, I have everything I need right here. We can go whenever.
But yeah, seeing that she's up and such, and hearing Alaric say that, Korn will go back over and just examine the corpse of this thing, try and figure out just anything he can about this entity. Whether
Okay.
it has a heart that could be torn out.
All right, go ahead.
And while there's about 20 seconds left, I just want to give Fox a fist bump and say,
Yeah.
thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Ah!
Thanks, bro.
Well done,
Fox,
my
who
brother.
is almost not paying attention to you as he is just continuously tearing pieces of bark and branches off of this thing.
Fox, right now, we're just like tearing at this thing. I'm not stopping. I didn't even know that Kaylee went down. I am just like hacking away at this thing.
Yeah. Bloody back, no pretty cloak, no, half your pants missing. Just chopping away.
What was that? Sorry.
While Korn does that, can I search this wagon?
Yes, you can. Okay. So while you guys are over there, you guys are just tearing apart this thing. Corin, go ahead and give me. What way are you investigating this creature?
Working under the assumption that the Archfey has somehow mutated a natural tree, looking to see what makes it different from a tree, whether it's some kind of mix of flesh.
Okay,
and
go ahead and give me a nature roll with advantage, using your book if you'd like.
Yep.
Okay. So looking at this, what is left of this creature, you can definitely see that it's some sort of amalgamation of various types of plants, and some of them fey from what you've seen, some of them just ordinary plants mixed with some form of creature, or what at least at one point in time was a creature, blended together in this just twisted and disgusting facsimile of life. It's horrendous to look at. It's almost difficult. Nothing of the creature that you can see that is twisted into this this entity is recognizable to you. You don't realize what it is whatsoever. It's just whatever it was at one point in time. It must have taken a lot to do what has been done to it.
Okay. And then I will just go over and try and direct Alaric's hacking efforts to see if there's any vital piece like a heart that he could claim as a souvenir.
Okay. Alaric, with the help of Fox and Corin, go ahead and give me. So I'll say Corin and Alaric, give me investigation checks with advantage. While you guys are doing that, Skyla, you go to
investigation check? I do. Right.
Yeah. So Skyla, you go over to this wagon that is completely overgrown. The growth that is on this thing is now beginning to fall away and decay at a very, very rapid rate, revealing what at one point in time looked like a very, very over-the-top kind of ostentatious-looking carriage. Like, there is gold leafing, there is pattern designs all over it. I mean, it looks very expensive. It looks like at one point there was probably gold embossed on the wheels. That is now kind of falling apart and decaying. The back doors on it are kind of almost rusted shut. With a little bit of effort, you can pry them open if you want.
Yes, please.
Okay. As you're prying them open, there's some lettering on the front of it. I'm not exactly sure if you'd like to try and read it. It appears to be in common, if Skyla wants to take a stab at that.
She can read common now.
I know she can read common, but does she care?
Because
Yes.
Kaylee taught
Also, your
her.
camera froze.
Yep.
Oh, did it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll get that. Let me get that. So on the back of the carriage, you see what looks like a name that's emblazoned on there as I'm switching out my camera battery. There it is. Okay. The sign that's emblazoned on the back with gold leafing and like really, really fine script and everything, it says the Grand Wizard Bogdan.
Bogdan.
Yep. Bogdan. And it's kind of emblazoned across the double doors as this kind of like magnificent sign. It just looks just really, really well done, really, really expensive at one point in time, now rotted away and kind of just laying in this kind of burrow overgrown with filth. As you pry the doors open, they kind of crack and creak under the strain of not being open for many years. One of the doors just breaks off one of the hinges and kind of like drops down to the ground around you. As you're looking inside, it's dark, but not terribly dark, seeing as, in the Feywild it's almost perpetually dawn or dusk, depending on how you look at it. The light kind of filters in, and you see inside what looks like something that can only be described as Skyla's, like, dream life. There are all sorts of odds and ends and knickknacks just tucked away all over the place. There are glass statuettes, there's a coat rack with a dusty cloak hanging over it. There's what looks like at one point in time a very, very fine rug that was on the bottom, now dirty and kind of disgusting with growth and plants growing out of it. There's just scroll cases with decaying maps or pictures that look very colorful but very fragile. It's stuff basically littered all through the place. It looks like a traveling knick-knack shop almost.
Best day ever. I searched it all. All of it. Picking things up. Everything. Gotta touch everything. See, like looking at her bag, looking at all the stuff, wondering how much she can like fit in there.
Yeah. Give me a second here, because apparently I did not write this in here anywhere. I might have left it in my folder. Oh, there it is. Handwritten notes, even in the digital age, the GM's best friend. Okay, after going over everything, what you end up coming out with, and I'm assuming putting in a pile outside of this thing as you're just dragging things out.
No, she's not putting in a pile. She's like taking things out, but like lining things up. They're just like in rows for no reason. It's not like organized by certain things, just rows.
Okay. You find there's a couple what look like either manuscripts or maps or scrolls. I mean, just basically like an entire shelf that has paper in it. Every time you go to grab one of those, it kind of just crumples the dust and doesn't seem to hold up very well anymore. What you end up finding still intact, still looks like if you brush some of the dust off might actually be of value. You find a large glass sculpture, and I mean large, like Skyla has to like carry it out. It's a large glass sculpture of a chipmunk on it's a very large chipmunk on what looks like a sailing ship, but it's basically just has like one wheel on it, and there's a big chipmunk that's steering it. You find a small tapestry that was nailed up to one of the walls in there. Has a very, very tall, kind of enigmatic-looking person. You can't really make out a lot of the features of the person. And they're holding what looks like a compass in their hand. Very, very well done, beautiful painting, gold embossing, just very, very gorgeous looking, even with all the age and kind of the filth and dirt on it. You find on top of one of the coat racks, there are several coat racks in there, but on top of one of not on the coat rack, sitting on one of the shelves, you find a beautifully made, gorgeous, ornately decorated top hat sitting in a glass case, complete with multicolored feathers sticking out of it. On top of one of the other shelves, you find a small chest that has a tile mosaic done on it, and the mosaic is done in a tribal style. The tiles look to be semi-precious stones of some kind. As you're walking around and moving around, the rug that is in there looks to be, like I said, at one point in time, like it was made out of some sort of finely crafted threads and cloth. As you're kind of stepping on it, it shimmers just a little bit. It kind of has almost like a similar to other things you've seen in the Feywild. It kind of just has that like bit of a majesty to it, bit of a shimmer. And then you find on one of the other coat racks that are in there a dusty cloak that is made out of a very kind of like odd looking material. It shimmers at some times. It's a little bit dull at other times. It's very light to the touch. And then you find a small box. Not very ornately decorated, small wooden box with some carvings in it. The carvings on the box, they're of different faces, and they seem to change and shift. A dwarf face here, an elf face, and then they shift over to a tiefling face, a satyr face, different things like that. And as you pick the box up, you hear something kind of rattling inside. And then you find in the back, buried under some things, as you're kind of just digging through and pulling things out one at a time, you find a... let me find it just to make sure I have it correctly. Where's my file? I have so many files, you guys. I need to clean this up. This is terrible. There it is. You find a... what looks like a very, very plain-looking scepter. It definitely looks like something meant for ruling, like or maybe at a church or something to conduct a ceremony. It's sort of a long rod. It has the head on the top of it. But it's not decorated at all. Hardly. It has a bit of a gold embossing on some parts of it that's faded and worn off. And it kind of seems plain, but as you pick it up and begin moving it, it almost looks like the parts shift and turn. And the thing that catches your eye the most about it is it looks kind of similar, not exactly, not as intricate, but faintly similar to the portal beacon. And other than that, everything else in there is mostly broken or decaying to the point where as you grab it and pull it out, it... falls apart in your hands.
Okay. So the things that didn't fall apart, I take all out and have it all lined up.
Okay.
All right.
Including the rug.
Okay, so you pull it. So you guys now... And Skyla is now behind there with her garage sales set up. Basically shaking this rug out, and as she shakes it, you can see there are tatters in it, there are some holes and things like that, but as she shakes it and the dirt kind of flies off of it, it kind of has that shimmer to it that flows across it and then dies down. So there's some kind of fanciful magic there, but as far as decorative, I mean, you've seen a lot of stuff like this in the Feywild so far. What do you guys want to do?
So after I gather up what remains of my javelins and my shields...
I'll get back to you too. While she's doing that, Alaric and Corin, as you guys are hacking away at all of this, you do eventually begin to just like tear at this thing, and as you cut deeper and deeper into this tree, behind the hollow where the eye is, deep near the core of the tree, you find grown into the tree, literally like the tree is grown around this thing in and out. You have to like cut this thing out, is a gold medallion. It has some like arcane sigils and symbols on it, and it has a letter B literally right in the middle of it. It seems to kind of pulse with a little bit of a glow, but you're not exactly sure without like looking into it further what it might or might not be.
So Alaric picks it up with his sword. Is there like a loop or something that can get the sword pointed in and lift it up?
Yeah, it's got a chain still on it that was all kind of grown in and mangled with the tree.
Okay. Alaric kind of lifts it up and presents it to Corin.
And Alaric, now looking completely like
Yeah.
gore covered from this tree.
What do you make of this?
I don't know. My first thought is whether or not we should tell Sutek about this. He presumably knows if he made this tree, but whether or not he should get this back. But what are we going to do with it? Let's confer with the others. Maybe...
Yes.
I forget if Silver can identify magical items or not. So maybe
Between you and I think that Sutek, well, I think in this situation that he is on our side, I don't think that our interests are in line with his necessarily beyond the scope of this one act. So if this is something that he wants back, I'm not sure if that's in anyone's interest besides his. But we should, as you say, if Silver can identify this and give us some idea of what we're working with here, then that'd be the best place to start. And also, I need a shower really badly.
I don't think I have any water spells prepared, sorry.
No, that's alright. I'll just be sticky icky for the rest of the day. It's fine.
I prestidigitate Alaric, the worst. Not invasively. Not going full on this.
Alright, so if you're non-invasively doing that, then I'm 95% great.
Yep.
5% of me is still
Although
bad.
the sponge bath effect on the back of you, that is like completely torn open, ripped asunder.
Oh yeah, that's on both of us. I forgot.
Yeah.
So I'm jumping around, picking up my shield, and I threw 4 javelins. How many of those survived?
I'll say that 3 of those weren't like smashed upon when he fell or anything like that.
Okay.
As for Silver, a large portion of your leather armor has been blasted away on the left-hand side of you. Effectively, it lowers your AC by 1 until you get it either fixed or replaced. Alaric, other than the new pieces of armor that you got, the adamantium infused relic armor that you found, like your chainmail, any kind of padding or cloaking, or the straps and stuff that hold it together, are also obliterated and disintegrated and falling apart, lowering your AC by 1 as well until you get it repaired. The main pieces are intact, but there's definitely some damage there, but mostly it seems to have affected the flesh, and may need some more care than just typical healing spells on the spot.
All right. And so, kind of obliviously, Alaric kind of approaches the rest of the group and is like, "Is everyone all right?"
I probably would have mentioned to him before rejoining that, oh yeah, Kaylee fell, but Silver brought her back.
Nessa and Kaylee are just, having bonding time, laying in the middle of this
Having
shattered
the most,
crystal,
like,
talking about
existential
stars.
conversation.
What do you mean? She fell and she brought her back. She healed her.
Not exactly. I tried healing her myself, and it didn't work. I think Silver had to do something a bit more intensive. But that did take, so we do have Kaylee with us.
Okay. Alaric doesn't really respond to that. Takes a few moments. What's Silver doing right now?
That is, probably casting Cure Wounds on myself, because
Okay.
I have 12 HP.
Okay.
I'm off to the side, let them do that. I'm just being a wallflower and kind of let them do their thing.
Alaric will go over to Silver, who he saw who kept him and Nessa from buying the farm, or whatever the phrase is. I'm not really sure. That's probably not it.
Kicking the bucket.
Kicking the bucket.
Yep.
Kicking the bucket. Yeah. And,
Someone bought the farm, yeah, that's... I don't know where that phrase came from, but it is one.
yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. kind of nod at her solemnly and kind of seeing her wounded will offer to heal her if she desires. And in the middle of him, we haven't known each other very long, but already you've proven yourself to be someone of astounding worth, and I count myself blessed for you to be among us.
Happy to hear it. It's no problem, though. Honestly, you all seem like decent people. It's the least I could do. Kaylee especially.
I don't quite understand everything that you've done, but I have seen the results of it. And must say I'm just in awe of it.
That's fine. You can continue to be. You'll just keep yourselves alive.
Kaylee, what are you doing while this is all going on?
I'm literally laying. I really haven't moved from where my corpsey body got dropped. I'm just laying on the ground, like, still trying to collect my thoughts, being attacked gently by a kitten. Like, super meta right now. Like, super meta. Really, like...
Okay. As you're sitting there kind of collecting your thoughts and people are milling about, and you keep catching these kind of, like, worried looks chased by, like, 4 smiles in your direction. Yeah. And as you're doing this, you hear a familiar voice kind of creep up. Now, dear, I told you there's only room enough in this ring for one, and I think I'd enjoy your company much more than everyone else's, so let's not do that again.
Is anyone specifically listening or talking to me right now?
I was literally talking to you.
Then I won't respond to the ring.
Then you're not going to...
Jeez.
Yeah.
I see how
Although,
important our
if I
conversation
did right
was.
now, Nesta probably wouldn't think much of it, because I'm being very strange and ethereal.
Yeah.
But I still...
Try it.
I still wouldn't...
There's definitely...
Look at my empty hand, because the ring is invisible.
Is definitely an experience, not one that you're very used to. You've been hurt before, you've been down before, but you've never been out before, and that you know full well deep inside that you were walking the path to the afterlife. You were gone, and it's something for Kaylee to process.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It changes a lot for Kaylee.
Yeah, so Skyla has her knickknacks lined up in a row and is dusting everything off and cleaning it, I'm assuming?
Yes, and the first thing I want to do is take the top hat out of the glass and put it on. And make her armor match.
Okay. So...
Look how cool I look.
Are you wearing like a Napoleonic waistcoat?
While Skyla is being left unattended in the creepy wagon, she has now opened up the ornate glass case that holds this top hat and has put it on. There's no dust or anything inside the glass case. It's almost like hermetically sealed, but magically. It's pristine condition. It has a very, very large, just over-the-top feather with a lot of other feathers on the side of it that kind of shimmer and change color as you like turn your head different directions. It has like a gold band that's on it. It's hard to tell exactly what color it is. It's almost like those car paint jobs that are like kind of purple, kind of blue, kind of green as it like drives by, is what color the hat is. As you kind of concentrate on it, you come up with your best to your best ability, a matching outfit that consists of basically the equivalent of a like 18th century pantsuit.
Yes.
You know, with like the high,
the tails?
Yeah, it's got the little tail on the back of it. It's got like the shoe that has like the little buttons on the side of it. It's got, you know, they look like office shoes, but the tongue goes up a little bit too high. It's got like the high socks and the pants kind of come down just below the knee. You know the one. Nessa knows.
Yeah.
And it's a variety of different colors.
Girl, you look great.
You know, you have a vest. Yeah, it's got like what looks like a pocket watch chain. So yeah, you put the hat on. It feels extremely comfortable, extremely expensive on your head.
Okay.
Okay.
Just gonna keep looking at all the other stuff.
Okay. I mean, you go over the stuff as you're going through things. You can tell that there's like a little bit of kind of like everything in the Feywild. Everything that you've pulled out of there that's still intact seems to be just a little bit fantastic. The chipmunk, every now and then when you kind of like turn and look back, it looks like he's pointing at something, or maybe in a different position or pose on the ship, just a little bit changed here and there. The tapestry that has the individual on it, every time you look, it seems like it's turning in a different direction, trying to follow the compass, but never really going anywhere. The tile mosaic, the chest with a tile mosaic on it, seems probably one of the more ordinary things. Doesn't seem to be doing all that much. But I don't know if you guys want to sit there and let Skyla play with her stuff for a little bit, or what do you guys want to do?
I have no idea where Skyla is. I'm just staying by Kaylee, keeping her company, talking about cool things, being
The wagon's
we got
right in
deep
front of
stuff.
you guys.
Yeah, you guys are literally like 20 feet away as Skyla's
Yeah, right
digging
there.
through a wagon.
Maybe
and,
we can
like,
hear you,
That's
but we're
fine.
looking straight up at the sky.
That's true.
Out of character, did Sutek give us any way to get back?
Yes.
Yeah.
Kaylee's still holding the transportation stone. All I have to do is crush it.
But we should probably rest up, maybe get Silver to take a look at some of these items, including the ones Skyla has.
Are we resting?
Don't want
Oh, we've got
rest
things
here.
to look at. I'm happy to do so. If we want
You
to
guys-
do resting.
You guys could probably take a short rest. You did just take like an 8-hour nap on the way over here.
I don't want to rest right
Some
now.
of
I want
us
to
literally.
Yeah, you guys could take a short rest as everyone's breathing and kind of like meandering around and gathering things up. During this time, Silver, I'd say you could take a look at one of the things. It's not a very long rest.
Sure. So I'm going to cast it as a ritual. I'll cast Identify as a ritual then.
Okay.
So.
Which item would you like to identify?
Whichever one the group feels is most pertinent.
I would say either the rug or the cloak. They both shimmer weird ways. I don't know what they are.
Okay. Let's go with the. Let's go
The cloak
with.
is really light, though.
Let's go with the cloak.
Okay.
Let's go with the cloak.
Okay. Alright, and then everyone does get the effects of Kaylee's Song of Rest as well. An additional 5 HP. Okay, so you take the cloak and you kind of lay it out, and as you're looking at it, it's kind of strange. It looks a little blurry. And then it like crisps up, and you can like see like every thread in exact detail. And then it looks almost like it's made out of a shiny material, then a very dull material. It just kind of shimmers and shifts a little bit, similar to a lot of the things that you've come across, the Palace of Fault and stuff like that. There's just this kind of like ever changing kind of chaotic nature to it. As you sit down with it and you begin to go over it and kind of just like come in tune with it, it's a little bit different than other magic items that you've tuned to before. There's definitely something a little bit more mischievous about it. It's definitely got that bit of fey nature to it. The magic isn't imbued the same way in the Feywild as it is in Valendor, where the wizards and people that create magic items in Valendor do it in a very meticulous sort of logical kind of university style method, like a scientific method. This seems almost just like it chaotically came together while someone was making a cloak. It just so happened to have magical properties that were weaved into it. And what you find is this is a cloak of displacement. It requires attunement, and while you wear this cloak, it projects an illusion that makes you appear to be standing in a place near your actual location, causing any creature to have disadvantage on attack rolls against you. If you take damage, the property ceases to function until the start of your next turn. This property is suppressed while you're incapacitated, restrained, or otherwise unable to move.
Well, it's a cloak of displacement, in case you were wondering.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what this displacement means, I
It's
think.
created from a displacer beast. They shift. Makes it so you're harder to hit.
Skylar, displacing is what you were doing when you ate that flower and were popping all over the place.
Oh, okay.
Oh, right.
Well, then who needs to be displaced?
Well, Silva, I think it's your colour.
So she's gonna be double cloaked?
Oh, is she wearing a cloak?
Am I?
Double,
A cloak of protection?
When did
You
you
are?
get that?
What?
Seriously, this?
I thought she had one, yes. I thought she had 2 cloaks. But, you know, it might be the latest style in Northern Heartland, is wearing 2
One
cloaks.
on one shoulder, one on the
Do
other.
I really?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
One on the front and one on the back. No one knows which way you're
It's a
facing.
poncho now.
It's quite all the rage, really.
Oh, I don't know if my thing got updated then, because I don't know why I would have had 12 AC if I actually had a cloak of protection on.
Yep.
Yeah. We gave it to you because you were already so low and it was a +1.
Oh, that's right.
Oh.
Was that off of the one that we toasted? And by toasted, I mean frozen.
Yeah, that was from when
So-
we
It was from
Yeah, the-
Orinda.
The 12 is with the cloak of protection then, because otherwise I would have an 11.
Yes.
Yeah, and
I do
and
remember
now with a negative
Yeah.
1, you actually have 11 again if you wear the cloak of protection.
Oh, also, Silver, I have, hold on, and as she, like, pulls shit out of everywhere, I don't know how she kept it on her, but I have a full set of leather armor in my inventory.
We just spent like an entire day one time, me and Sky, like rolling it up like a camping sleeping bag. Like, oh, you sit on it and I'll roll.
I mean,
Get it,
It would-
in there!
I imagine that most of the larger pieces would be strapped to the back of your backpack.
Some of them.
Yeah.
But, yeah, since yours is all messed up, I don't know if you want to wear this till you get yours fixed, but you
Oh,
could.
thank you. Yeah, I'd rather not have the entire left side of my body just open to the elements.
I wouldn't either. But, okay, so...
Which large portions of it are technically open to the elements still.
Once we get back to
I got no shame.
So then, is Silver gonna be double cloaked, or is
Well,
someone
here's the
else
thing.
want-
Like OOC/OC. I think me having +1 AC and still being at 12 doesn't really do me a whole lot of benefit. I think somebody with a high AC should take the cloak of protection, and then I can take the cloak of displacement, because
Yeah,
then if
probably.
they have disadvantage on trying to hit me, that's probably better benefit than me just having 12 AC.
Yeah,
Against things we're gonna be
I think. Well, never mind. That's too mathy. Never mind. I think like a disadvantage is like an average of like -2 or -2.5 or something like that, or whatever the rule happens to be. So that's like obviously way better than +1. But yeah.
So then
So-
Alex, Niessa, or Corin should probably have the cloak.
I think we
Well-
should probably get out of this forest. Why are we
Maybe.
still here?
Okay, well you guys can go ahead and switch.
Kaylee's
Close.
hand just pops up. Shall I crash it?
Let's make sure we
Gosh,
get a
it-
plan together before we're back with him.
Wait, let me
although-
get everything. Hold on. I already grabbed the cloak from Kaylee, or the cloth from Kaylee, and I unfold it all, and like lay it on the ground so that the hole is there. I'm gonna like peek in and be like, did I leave any dead bodies in here?
Oh my gosh.
No. Okay, I think they're all gone. Wait, there might be like a rat bot. No, they all came up. And then I'm just gonna like clean.
As she brings out the portable hole, I'll give a knowing glance to Corin.
Okay. Most of the stuff I'm just gonna kind of chuck in there, but like the glass statue. And
Okay, it's a 15-foot hole down just to the bottom. To
Well,
a
yeah.
hard
So.
bottom.
Oh, I guess. Okay, like the rug I throw in.
We'll just go dumpster diving for stuff later.
Mhm.
But
Kaylee
every-
holds up
everything
her
else-
bag. I've also got this really big bag of holding.
So,
Big bag.
This is the whole hole of holding.
But there's also the bag of holding. If
You
you remember the-
gave her my portable hole.
I'm gonna if I can see like something to tie a rope on, I'm gonna tie a rope and like just haul things in as quick as I can. And
Okay,
then-
so you somewhat cautiously place everything in the bottom of the hole and then roll it
Yes.
up. Okay.
and then put the cloth in my backpack.
Yeah.
Not over.
Okay. Okay, so you guys have everything mentioned. You guys can swap cloaks and attune to them before you leave, whoever gets what. So I will just say, at least for now, Silver, I'm going to give you the Cloak of Displacement, or the Displacement Cloak, and then you guys can decide who gets the other one later.
Yep. And
Thanks,
if for some
guys.
reason it comes up that we might need it tonight, we will very quickly make that decision and
Yeah.
retcon it.
Yeah, so I'm going to give this to Silver. There you go. You should see that. You'll still have both of them in there until they decide who gets what. Okay. And then, what time is it? That's 9:40.
Yeah.
We still got a little bit of time. So you guys are all ready to go, packed up. You guys have taken a rest. Not fully refreshed and topped off, but definitely a little bit of a breather, time to process everything that's gone on. Is there anything else you want to do in the clearing? Look around, anything like that?
I've just been
Hold
sticking
on.
by.
I'm whispering a thing quickly to figure out the course of action.
I mean, I might just do like a general perception check on our way out, but I don't know if I'd be looking for anything specific.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Give me a glance around.
Just to be cautious.
Yep. Okay. So as you're glancing around, you do see the remains of the tree beginning to almost just decay at a very, very rapid pace and kind of like eat itself away as it's doing so. From where the tree has fallen outward, the kind of repugnant overgrowth that is clinging to everything is slowly starting to fall off and die. The seed pods are drying up and kind of just fading away, and it's beginning to spread outward from at a slow pace, but quick enough to notice. It's spreading outward that it's beginning to clear, and some life is beginning to return to some of the trees. Very, very slow. There's definitely a scar here, but it looks like it's healing. Other than that, you don't notice anything. You guys haven't really seen any other forms of life since you've gotten into this part of the Fey Forest. Okay. And then Alex had one thing he was trying to do, or sorry, Corin had one thing he was trying to do.
Yeah. No, I think we're good. So yeah, turn to Kaylee and say, let's... no, I was thinking of 5 different phrases to do. Yeah, something like that.
You just say like a word, but it's like 14 different words strung together.
Corin actually has split vocal cords and does in common and druidic and dwarvish and now. Yeah. But, so yeah, let's go.
Okay. So you crack it. All right. So as you guys are all standing
that's
around,
not how it works. You guys are stuck here.
you're stuck here forever. So as you take this, and from what you've been through, being grabbed, crushed, shot, killed, all this stuff, this bead, this like stone of teleportation that you were given, seems just as strong as ever. And then as you look at it kind of intently, you give it the lightest squeeze, and it breaks. As it does so, this kind of swirling, like bluish purple mist begins pouring out of your hand. It flows down onto the ground and it begins swirling around all of you. And as it does, it rises up above you, and there's a bit of that feeling of like the wind being kind of sucked out of your lungs, and you guys feel a bit of a lurch. And then as everything rights itself, you find yourself in the sitting room that you guys initially arrived at the Palace of Fulton, and it's very disorienting at first. The walls are shifting. You have the same effect that was going on before. You're in at first an ornate elven marble palace, and then it quickly shifts to like a stone dwarven fortress, and then it shifts again and again and again and again, almost impossibly fast.
It's not that bad, Alric.
Oh, it is.
At least it's not a purple penis.
You don't know
I
that.
would prefer a purple penis to what's happening right now. 9 times out of 10.
Well,
I'm not sure it has to be mutually
I-
exclusive.
I'm at
true.
like 0 times out of 10 on that one.
So as you guys are sitting there kind of adjusting to this quick transition, there's a small knock on the door again, and a halfling face that looks like it's been kind of melded with a fawn peeks their head around. You're back. This way, please. And they kind of push the door open and begin walking you down the similar hall that shifts and changes every 5 seconds or so. As you guys are going, you see a couple of the familiar faces glancing at you and then skittering away. You guys are led to the room that you were led to before with the archface Sutek. And he's sitting almost expectantly, the chair turned away from the fire towards the door, sitting there. You all see him as you left, this... kind of elongated features with the hair that turns to feathers, the coyote-like features of the face. Kaylee's still the only one that sees him with the chains bound around him, kind of smiling almost mischievously as he rubs his hands together back and forth, one of them bound and the other not. And you see now on the ground behind him 2 chains, whereas before you only saw the one. Now he only has one on his right hand and one on his left leg that are still bound to him. And he sees you come in, he says, "Well, this is a pleasant surprise. I didn't expect you back, let alone all of you. You're much more capable than I anticipated. Pleasantly so."
I say nothing.
I believe we had a bargain.
Ah, yes, we did. And though I require little proof of the demise of the tree, I get the feeling that you may have brought something back with you. Might I see it?
I'll glance at Alaric for a nod of confirmation.
Kind of breathes out heavily. Just kind of shakes his head, but with a shrug.
Yep, so then Corn will pull out the gold medallion from the center of the tree holder.
Excellent. And he kind of extends a hand just towards you.
You're not going to go making any more mischief with this, are you?
Oh, well, mischief is in my name. However...
Wait.
Oh, your name was
Wait.
so techy.
You've seen the medallion. You never requested yet you must take it. We presented a trophy that we've destroyed this creature, but you never said you must possess it afterwards. That was not part of the deal.
Well, I mean, if out of the goodness of your heart you'd like to leave it here...
Incite this
I would-
mofo.
I think
Go
the thing
ahead.
beat the goodness out of us.
Okay. He's very, very eager to get the medallion. You can't quite tell if it's if it's actually something he wants for a purpose, or if it's just something he wants as a trophy of what's taken place. There's no real indication of that. He is, after all, by nature impossible to read. But he is allowing his glee and his mischievous kind of enjoyment at this show through a lot more than before now that it's done. Hard to tell.
If you want a trophy, you can scrape the sap from my balls.
I actually,
Mic drop.
as Corin's holding out the medallion, I weave my glaive through the chain so it's hanging from my blade, and then I take my glaive back and hold it next to me with the medallion on it.
Oh, I see that your group is learning some hard lessons in the Feywild for the better. All right. As promised, a deed done shall be paid, and with a snap of his fingers, that glowing blue gem is spinning in his hand now with a gold chain hanging off of it. He extends it out towards the party.
Alright, Corn will reach out to take it.
Okay. So as you take it from him, it kind of has like a cool, kind of like calming effect as you hold it. There's this like overwhelming pulse of magic coming off of this. You definitely feel like it's similar to the book that you hold, but almost 1,000 times more so. It is just seeping with very powerful magic, and you, being very connected to the Feywild and its ways, can just innately feel that coming off of it. It's almost, you can almost like feel it in the air around surrounding this thing. And as you take it, it is now in your possession, and you are the proud owner of a moonstone.
Cool.
Yeah, boy.
Will that be a handout or?
Yeah, I'm gonna get you the handout in a second. Okay. So is there anything else that anyone wanted to do? Ask him, talk to him. Let me see here. No?
I think we're good.
Making sure he doesn't get the medallion, that's all.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to get this handout fixed. There we go. It's not wanting to work for some reason. And it is in Corin's journal. I will move. It should be in your stuff now.
Yep.
I will move the information onto it later. But essentially, what he has told you is that you place it around someone's neck, and it will withdraw the curse from them. Okay. So as he's sitting there, he says, "Well, that business is since concluded. Perhaps we can strike up another deal."
Nope.
Well, I appreciate the gesture. I believe we have some innocent people to get back to and see that this matter is taken care of, indicating the moonstone.
Well, you say that you come from the portal near Green Hill, yes? This is what you had told me, through the glade of the Dreamwalkers, yes?
This is what we said, yes.
Is that where you hope to return?
It is, but we were under the impression we could simply take the sitting room back and...
Yes, you can take the sitting room back, and you can reunite with your friends, and then you can go through the portal to Green Hill, but as I understand it from, if memory serves, my time on Valendor long ago, it is very tiresome to travel across the world there. Maybe for the small price of a medallion, I could expedite your trip back home once you get to the other side.
We have townspeople to return anyway.
They'll be returned.
I died.
You
That's
died.
always an adventure, isn't it?
She died, Alaric.
I
think
told you,
we
Alaric!
just want to go home.
You didn't say she died. You used some sort of figurative.
I use
Yes,
euphemisms!
You said she fell. It's like I fall all the time. I'm a clumsy asshole.
Whoa!
Alaric,
No.
what is your int
Not
score?
like
I
a trip,
explained
not
it in
like
simple enough terms.
Tripped into the afterlife.
Alright,
Face the
pause.
place?
Pause, DM.
Okay.
I know this didn't work last time, but I'm really curious based on the fact that he's like kind of letting his guard down. I want to do detect thoughts on him again, just to see if
Okay,
I can like get the gist of why he's being all weird about this medallion.
Alright. Yep, you can go ahead. Let's see here. Wisdom saving throw. So, as you kind of like...
As they're bickering.
Yeah, as they're bickering back and forth, and he's kind of just like gleefully watching, commenting on how much of an adventure dying can be for the mortal among you, and kind of just egging things on. As you kind of reach yourself out and kind of like extend your your mental presence, you kind of touch onto the surface thoughts, and you're met with that same kind of chaotic backlash. There's tons of surface thoughts, but they're in every different language and many different accents, twisting, turning. It's almost impossible to tell what's going on. And then as you're sitting there trying to like focus on this, with a almost instant, they all turn off. Complete silence. And out of the corner of his eye, he kind of looks at you and winks. And then the noise comes back, and there's all those churning, chaotic surface thoughts again. You feel like being the archfey of, and basically a demigod of deception and trickery and things like that. He's kind of just messing with you, and prying in isn't very easy.
Okay, I just don't really acknowledge him. I just kind of put my hand on Corin's shoulder, and I just like whisper, "We need to go now."
From a meta stance, it's not second level spell easy. Let's just put it that
That's
way.
fine. Yeah, no, I know it didn't work last time, so I was just thinking maybe.
Okay. He says, "So, no, you'd like to keep the medallion?"
Yes, we appreciate the offer, but the townsfolk will hold for as long as it takes for us to return to them, so we respectfully take our leave.
Well then, I bid you all good day. You're more than welcome to return to the sitting room, and have a nice journey. Maybe I'll see you again soon.
I hope not.
And as he says that, he kind of looks down at his other chains that are kind of holding him, champs. You see that? He says, well, sooner rather than later, maybe. And he kind of just...
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I think Kaylee told you that the chains were there, but you guys can't see them.
Right, right.
Every time he looks, Kaylee sees him, like, investigating his chains, maybe, like, tugging on them. You guys see something similar, but it's like he's adjusting one of his collars, or, I mean, his cufflinks, and, like, investigating his fingers, and kind of just, like, you know, being very nonchalant. As he kind of gestures behind you, the door opens. Kaylee, from the room across the way, you hear a very familiar song kind of playing. Your good friend that knew your father, still playing away. And what do you guys want to do?
Don't do anything with that information. I just cry on the inside.
We're gonna head back to the sitting room and GTFO.
Leave hastily. That is what we would like to do.
Did he install guardrails? Like, he said he might consider...
You hear the door open. He says, "Guardrails for the price of a medallion."
Nope,
like,
thank you.
Okay, bye.
All right.
Okay.
I'll take a sword and just stab it in the middle and just like hold myself secure.
So as you guys exit the room, Corin, you get to the door, and before you can exit, it closes. If there were people in front of you or behind you, the door, as you come to it, closes, and you are alone in the room with him.
Hey!
I'll be
The rest of
knocking
you,
on the door on the other side, I guess.
No, the rest of you, as you guys are continuing on, it appears that Corin's walking with you.
Hey, Corin, high five.
Alright. Nice shoe.
As you guys are continuing on down the hallway, Corin, you say, just a moment, please, Skinwalker. See, you're one after my own heart. And I think that there might be something that I could offer you. A favor in exchange for a little taste of power, if you will.
You'll need to speak in plainer terms and perhaps explain the name you called me. Skinwalker, was it?
Yes, one that changes who they are at will. Walks the world in many forms. An old term from old magic. Something I think that you resonate far more than others of your orders do nowadays. Something that I think you're much more in tune to. Something I've not had a chance to see in quite some time, what with my accommodations and the Feywild being so closed off. But maybe we can help each other out.
What do you have in mind?
I offer you a taste of my power. The things that I can offer, you will be able to do things that no other druid or most people on Valendor will be able to do at will. In exchange, I ask for a little taste of your freedom. I've been here for a very, very long time, and I'd like to walk free again. So, I ask for 3 days. 3 days of my choosing. You'll not know when, you'll not know why. You may notice that they've gone, but I ask for 3 days. In exchange, you will be fey touched.
We'll go. Don't worry. All right.
Can we just leave this as the cliffhanger for the episode?
Why?
Yeah, that's fine. He extends a hand.
The other side
and
of the door.
says-
Woo! Woo!
He extends a hand to you and says, "Do we have an agreement? 3 days for a taste of power, lasting a lifetime." And we will leave it at that. Thank you all for coming out. Thank you for watching the amazing fight that ensued. Watching the first death of someone. And yeah, so whew, that was fun. I enjoyed it. It was great. It was all good. And I think we have some interesting stuff to discuss.
Yep.
Oh lordy! Right.
Oh, did we quit it?
Yep, we're
Yeah.
leaving that as a
Okay.
cliffhanger.
Quitting
That's
it.
good.
He extended a hand, and Corin is considering.
Cool. Love it. Can it happen? Can it happen off camera? And so when we come back next session,
Maybe.
Yeah, if you guys are comfortable with that, that's fine.
That's what I want. I want that because I don't want to. I want Alex to be able to choose either way without.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I
Okay.
want this to not be tainted by my knowledge.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah, that would
Well, I'll
actually-
talk to-
In the hypothetical that I do take the deal, it would work so much better if you guys don't know that
Yeah.
it's
It'll
someone
work
else.
just like that one shot, man. It'll be just like
Yeah.
that one shot.
I
So,
don't
Don't even bring up that one shot.
That's all I'm thinking about. 3 days is a lifetime. 3 days is so long.
It
Yep.
might not be 3 in a row though.
So I
Doesn't
will.
matter.
Take
Think of all
us
these
all off.
Yep.
Think of all
So-
of the babies.
Anyway, let's
I'll
wrap up.
I'll talk to Alex about this. In the meantime, we'll work something out, or he may just tell me no, he doesn't want to do that to Corin. So we'll work on that. No one will ever know until the time comes. And other than that, that's pretty great. Assuming, not to peel too much back, but assuming that even regardless of what happens there, you guys are basically all going to get on, and then Alex, you will basically join them, and you're going to head back. You'll have 8 hours. So think about what you want to do. I'm assuming there's going to be some identifying and stuff like that, and if so, I can do that at the start of next session or whenever. Other than that, thank you all for coming out. It was super awesome. I really enjoyed the session. It was a good fight. It turned out pretty well, I thought. It felt a little dangerous. And then
It felt a little dangerous. Someone died.
Yeah.
no, they came back.
I would say like, even though, like, all right, one person died, which is bad, obviously. But like, we saved so many times. We saved like at least 8 out of 10 times.
Yeah.
That's
Seriously.
insane.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
it could have gone so much.
Yeah.
I'm imagining it could have gone way worse than it did.
Yep.
I mean, I never
Yeah.
saved, except for when Silver helped me save.
Or,
Yeah, but that
Or-
was
or
that
when
was
you were
monstrously
standing in-
huge.
or when you were standing in the anti-magic.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah,
if anyone wants a little peek behind that curtain, congratulations, the level 7 party did kill a beholder. Not story wise, but mechanically, it was basically a reskin beholder. So
Feed me, Seymour.
yep.
Sweet.
So that's where that went. And for anyone that's watching and likes to know DM stuff, perfect example of reskinning and reflavoring something. You take eye stalks and turn them into seed pods, and all of a sudden it's a completely different animal.
Yep.
I'm not sure. We can talk about this a little bit more. The next session for Valendor that's scheduled is the day after Christmas, so we don't know if that's going to happen. It might be a month until we play Valendor again. Just a heads up to anyone that's watching. We'll let you guys know if you follow us on Twitter. Thank you all for coming out. I'm done. Like, follow, subscribe. If you guys missed any of the session or any of the other sessions, check us out on YouTube, You Pick Gaming. Follow us on Twitter at You Pick Gaming. It's all down in the stream below. Hey, they won though, didn't they, Goomba?
Yep.
Yeah.
What's a beholder's CR?
Apparently 13.
In a lair, it's 14.
We were in its lair.
Dang, bro.
You guys have basically.
Well, I know that you probably changed some stuff, but still.
We have basically what did you
not
say?
Much. You guys have basically no magic items either. It's not like you guys are super buffed out.
Yep.
So,
That's true.
staying in the magic cone for certain saves was very good. The very clutch thing, by the way, it was a death seed, a disintegration seed, and then another death seed at the end. And Silver saved 2 of those saves. So Nessa or Alaric probably would have died. For Kaylee, it was literally it was 50 necrotic damage that she got hit for, and the death ray on the beholder, for those of you that don't know, or in this case the seed pod, if it drops you to 0 points, it's an automatic death.
Yeah.
You don't get any fails or anything. If she had been hit by a disintegration ray, it would have turned her to dust, and she wouldn't have been able to be revived.
Yeah.
So for this, the only thing I changed, really, I added a mechanic because it's supposed to be chaotic. I added a mechanic. Every roll that I did, the beams were randomly selected who they targeted. So the reason that Kaylee was was in the clear so often is just because she didn't come up most of the match, and then she did at the end for those 2.
No, I like that. It had some good flavor to it, definitely.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Cool.
Yep. No, I was super excited. Thank you all for coming out. Really enjoyed it. You all are awesome, and I'm good. I'm tapped out. I'm done. I started this sick, so my throat's a little.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I need to sleep for another 15 hours.
Yep.
You do that. Okay, so yeah. Like,
Okay,
follow,
like, you sleep off
subscribe,
your death.
Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. Okay, bye.
Love you,
Bye.
bye.